4, 3, 2, 1, and we're live! Hello all, and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the one, the only Mr. Justin Thomas James.
Yo.
And the exuberantly talented and lovely Miss Jo Fallak.
What's up?
And tonight, we are back with the daring deeds of Dr. Dex Dalton. Oh, wrong sound effect. I think it's probably more like this. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are back with episode 2 of this ongoing series of zany adventures in the world of Dr. Dex Dalton. If you don't know who Dr. Dex Dalton is, he is a PC that the lovely Justin Thomas James created for our 10-part campaign called The Strange. It is not necessary viewing to watch that to enjoy this. This is sort of a episodic enjoyment of zany adventure-y fun with a zany doctor in the middle of zany space. How many times can I throw in zany? But it is always fun to sort of understand where these characters might have come from. But I hope you enjoy tonight, nonetheless. How's everybody doing tonight? Justin?
Oh, they look like a warm audience tonight.
What about you, Joe? How are you doing?
Do they look warm? I'm doing great.
They look hot. Too
look
hot.
so
It's a hot
steamy.
audience.
Hot damn.
Hot damn.
Hot damn.
That's right. We are back. It is, of course, Wednesday night, which means we live stream some role-playing games at 8 o'clock. That's the time it is now, in case you don't know Eastern Standard Time.
RPG.
We are really excited for tonight. It's feeling good. It is, of course, however, an 18-plus show. If you are not comfortable with no-no words such as pee-pee, poo-poo, and Amazon.
Heine.
Amazonian Heine.
Then you go ahead and you close down this video. You don't have to watch 18-plus content if you're not mature enough to do it, you bitch. But before you do, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to us on YouTube. When you subscribe to us on YouTube, we get to replace all the out light bulbs in our houses. And I've had some dim ones for a long time.
It's so dark in here.
It's so dark in here. It's like the belly of a whale. Oh, that's a good world to jump to. Let's write that down. That's right. So please like the video and subscribe to us. Also, if you're part of the cool kids, make sure you follow us on Twitter. We are at the INVICTUS stream or at INVICTUS stream, one of those two. And make sure you follow us on Instagram. Instagram is a thing. Still, we are at the INVICTUS stream, and we post pictures when I feel like it. Finally, perhaps the most important place that you should be right now is the Facebook group. The Facebook group is the place where all the people get together and they chat and they hang out and they have a great old time. You can join it by having a Facebook account and joining the group. It's that easy. Search the INVICTUS stream in the search bar. That's what's called, the searchy bar. And join the group. That's it. And then we'll approve you and you'll get to be a part of a whole new world. Also, when you're part of the Facebook group, you get to hang out with us and have a good chat, which is always a lot of fun. But you also have a chance to win the most valuable post. The most valuable post, it's the post of the week that we distinguish amongst the rest.
It's the post with the most.
Oh my God. 5 years of this, and I don't think I've ever thought of that.
You're welcome.
The postest with the mostest. There, I made it
Hey,
even
what
better.
about the post with the vost?
Oh, Justin, you're so much better. Forget that, what Joe said.
Thanks.
That's the one. The post with the vost. That's right. And when you are the poster with the voster, you get MVP. That means we exonerate you. You're free.
All of your crimes.
No, we celebrate
Don't come
you.
back here.
And this week, it's really easy to win MVP. All you have to do is post something, communicative, maybe something RPG related, something you're proud of, or something that makes us do a little giggle, or as I like to call it, a nose fart, because I do it very much when I laugh really hard. And I did a really hard nose fart for the winner of tonight's MVP. That is Mr. William Miller. Joe, why don't you describe the post that won?
I will. There is a black and white map of the continental United States of America that is bespeckled with smudgy black marks everywhere. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. The image is annotated. Each dot represents 5,000 hogs It's from World Geography 1948, and then there's a series of comments underneath. Untapped, infinite hog supply in the ocean. Each state is lined with an impenetrable wall of swine. We are trapped. We've lost Canada and Mexico to the hogs already. I cracked up.
I did too. I laughed a hearty LOL.
Liked it very much.
So well done, Miller. I mean, it's that easy. Honestly, come on. The point of the Facebook group is to add a little bit of humor in our dull, drudgerous days. Is that the right tense? Probably not. But I'm going to use it tonight. Drudgerous. It's the new word. The drudgery of the days. And I am happy to have a little bit of LOL in my LEL, which is the longest evening light. Well done, William Miller. It's that easy to win. Just make me laugh. It's pretty easy to make me laugh. It's sort of winning MVP is like playing apples to apples. You just sort of have to have an answer that tickles me or the person choosing it. Beyond that, there's no real skill involved. If you post a picture of Kevin Costner pretty much doing anything, you're going to get MVP. So now the whole stream is going to be filled with Kevin Costner.
Maybe we should take turns choosing MVP.
Well,
you know?
But
like,
I think we gotta use a little bit of the cost in our
Everybody's gonna
lives.
start posting things that Justin likes.
And what are those?
Kevin Costner.
What are those things?
Wine, Pikachu,
Fantasy Flight soundtrack. I mean, not Fantasy Flight. Final Fantasy soundtrack.
Fantasy Flight games. I do like Fantasy Flight games.
You know what? I tried. You like the Final Fantasy soundtrack.
Yeah. So post things that all like.
Gregory Porter.
That's one thing that I do like.
Stevie Wonder.
Piano.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder.
I know my best buddy.
Let's just turn this into the Justin stream for a week.
Lloyd Bridges. Wait,
I'm
Lionel
not-
Bridges.
Lloyd Bridges. Mother of Jeff
Who the hell is
Bridges.
that?
That's the father. It is father of Jeff Bridges. Lloyd
Is
Bridges.
it?
Yeah. He's the guy
Oh my
from all
god, let me
the.
get me started on Lloyd Bridges. He is my
I know more about
favorite.
celebrities than
He's
you do.
from Airplane, I'm pretty sure. I think that's Lloyd Bridges. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Point is, whatever the fuck we were talking about. It's INVICTUS Stream. Tonight we're using the Cipher System, aka the Strange, which is a D20 system where the players roll the die, and I pick a challenge rating of which they need to succeed. Now this is really important for your at-home GMs to print off the sheets beforehand. I did, and they fell on the floor over there. Watch me pick them up.
It's so
Bravo.
very
I did
INVICTUS stream for all of us to be like wearing kind of respectable clothes up top, and then when you see us stand up, you're like,
Pajama
just
pants and
suck
slippers.
My jeans are undone. They're just like the fly is completely open.
Hey, we sit here for 3 hours. I'm gonna wear some comfies.
I'm in leggings right now. So.
Yeah, see, people were like, oh, Harlan, I like what I'm seeing. And I stand up and they're like, oh, never mind. Whoa.
Pants always though, right, gentlemen?
Yeah,
I definitely,
they're
there's
around
been
my
more than a
ankles,
few
but-
Christmas streams with how I've been bottomless.
Around my ankles.
But that's it. I think that's all we needed to do at the beginning. There's nothing really coming up this weekend. Might do a spooky stream Friday or something. No, because you got to work.
Nothing coming up this weekend, eh?
What are you
Uh-oh.
doing this weekend, Justin?
Nothing special, eh?
Uh-oh. What am I forgetting?
Uh-oh. Well,
Oh, shit. I'm forgetting something
am I
major.
gonna make the announcement?
Hold on.
What? What are you announcing?
Am I able to make the announcement? Do I even know
I'm
what's
looking.
happening this weekend?
I don't.
Check your Facebook, Harlan.
Oh,
Is
wait.
this not a thing?
Hold on. Just wait.
Now I'm very alarmed.
I'm super confused and concerned.
Maybe I'm just like, maybe this is a dream I'm having, or
I hope
this
so,
is-
because if there's something big, I'm going to be really nervous. Shit.
Is it-
Load faster!
Facebook.
Is it?
I'm doing it. It's just taking
Is-
forever. It's just doing a little...
It's something that was recently celebrated this past weekend.
Okay,
but
hold
not
on.
The actual
Oh, no.
thing.
Oh.
No. Her actual birthday's on the 27th.
Oh. Well, I guess, yeah, technically this is the last Invictus stream before that. But
That's
I mean,
fair. You're right. So Joe's birthday is coming up. Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday!
I accept.
I was like, so, but she was equally worried.
years old.
Yeah, she was worried too.
Okay, hold on.
I didn't know what the actual date was. I didn't know. I thought it was like legit this weekend, which
No,
would
that's
have
totally
been-
fair. She's working this weekend. That's why we celebrated last weekend. But her birthday's the 27th.
That's fine.
Here's the problem, Joe. I did that the other day when you were like 30, but you're only turning 31, which means if you go, you're actually basically telling everybody that you're anything but 31.
I know, and then don't I look so good for 30 years old?
Hey,
Huh?
hey, baby, you look good for 31. Anyway, let's not. My point being, it is not your birthday yet. It's next week. So
Correct.
It's next week.
Screw
So
that.
we'll have
There's-
like a preemptive. Let's just do
Yeah.
the stream on Tuesday.
Let's just do the stream on Tuesday and celebrate.
We've got music class to go to.
Music.
We're going to take Henry to music class.
That's
So
right, on
excited.
your actual
Anyway,
birthday.
enough of this personal life BS.
Yeah, bullshit.
But thank you so much. I had a wonderful birthday. We did an
Yes.
escape room with Chris, and it was fucking awesome.
And Andrew and Aaron and Justin wanted to be there in spirit, and Zara was there in heart. Anyway,
And Rowan was there in love.
so cute. That is enough of that nonsense. Let's get.
What is that?
Playing. This is me pretending to be someone I'm not.
That's just trying to balance out the two. It was too sweet. We need to be mean.
Punch faces.
Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to play The Daring Deeds of Dr. Dex Dalton?
Let's bring it.
Let's do it.
I'm ready. I'm
We
ready.
start as always with the preface. Time's up, the voice says, echoing down the hallway of the maximum security prison. Back into your ISO cube. Right, the voice says from inside. Just one more bloody minute. Kren O'Shea says, nervously, as he eyes the bathroom door from beneath the stall. All right, he whispers to himself, and begins holding his breath. For a moment, the stall grows quiet, as the convict sits in his purple jumpsuit, squatted over the toilet, fit to be used not just by man, but by animal as well. He holds his breath, longer and longer, all the while eyeing the small matchbox he holds in his hand, almost excitedly. After a few minutes, the voice from outside the door becomes louder as the officer enters the bathroom. Time's up, O'Shea. It doesn't take that long to shit. He walks to the closed stall door as the convict continues holding his breath. Kren? The officer asks, almost panicked. Open up. Now, he says, and begins banging on the door. Simmons, Macaw! He shouts to the doorway. The convict now sits purple-faced, the urge to breathe almost insurmountable as he longingly, through fading eyes, watches the matchbox in his hand. And as the bathroom stall begins to bend with the kicking of boots, he places the small matchbox behind the toilet and slides it open, revealing a cockroach egg, just as his heart slows and stops. The stall door bursts open just as Kren's lifeless body falls out onto the linoleum tile of the bathroom. The three sweating guards look down at the body, purple-faced and still. Slowly, they share a look amongst them as the first grabs his radio frantically. We got a jailbreak, he yells as a baby cockroach crawls out from behind the toilet. It is a bright, beautiful, sunny day on the small coastal village of Waterbangdu. The Mushi Mushi tribe of broccoli people asked through ritual dance for help from a savior, a starman, a gift from the gods above to help them with their lost Rangoon seed. And, as an answer to their prayers, they received Dr. Dex Dalton through a purplish portal from a dimension far away. After he and his shape-shifting reptilian companion Prodi arrived, they had been told of the Mushi Mushi's dire need for help. They were tasked with finding the giant seed from the hills of Pepperdill on the far side of the island. And after a perilous voyage rife with amorphous creamy monsters, swamps smelling of burning paper, and a large group of hot pepper squids that shot marbles through their noses, they returned to Waterbangdu and now stand before the Mushi Mushi's leader, Wing Bang Bottle Bang Boo, eager to complete their quest and head home. Prodi stands, seed in hand, outstretched towards the leader. Dix, is he going to take it?
I should hope so. We got this for you, Mr. Butta Bang Booty Banger.
Wing Bang Bottle Bang Boo, he says. The large broccoli head sits on sort of an upward platform. It's about 3 steps off the sandy ground. In the center of this large area, there's a crackling fire beneath a grate, and you see all the other Mushi Mushi, all sort of looking like giant broccoli, but with little legs and little arms, all surrounding the pit, looking down on you as Prodi stands with the large, almost hairy seeds outstretched, nervously looking between you and the leader. Dix?
This is the seed you sought, correct?
And the broccoli sort of nods, little sort of blooms, little buds rather, sort of falling off as he does, and the 2 large Mushi Mushi broccoli slowly begin walking towards you as the crowd sort of has an odd hush over it. And as Prodi stands there, you notice that the seed begins to crack slightly. Dix, look! And he turns it back towards you as the crowd sort of gasps. And you see the large hairy seed sort of begin to split.
And I move my head in closer and closer, eyes wide in awe, as I watch the cracking egg just inches from my nose.
Out pops this purple, double-headed sort of chicken bird that sort of smashes through as all of the Mushi Mushi sort of go, and they all sort of startle back, and small buds start falling everywhere, and there becomes a commotion as this small chicken sort of hops out of this cracked seed, and Prodi sort of drops it, and it lands on the sand by your feet, running around in a circle. Dix, what is that? And he sort of stands back and waddles to the wall. Dix? Did my internet go, or did Justin's internet go? Justin's internet went. So now I have to continue this alone. Thanks a lot, Justin's computer. Prodi reaches down and scoops up the small little bird. And, I don't know. Joe, why don't you jump in as Dr. Dex Dalton for the time being?
Dr. Dex Dalton looks down at Prodi holding a chicken and looks up at these approaching broccoli people
who've now stopped, sort of like half towards walking, and they're like, oh, and they sort of lean back as this chicken sort of nervously looks around and starts cawing out. One of the heads starts cawing towards the sky as the other sort of like nips around as Prodi nervously holds it.
It's a 2-headed chicken.
Yes.
So I presume this is supposed to happen. Yes? We'll just put it on the ground, Prodi.
Ooh. And Prodi sort of drops it. But you're standing near sort of a fiery grate of, it's almost like a fire pit with a cooking grate on top of it. And as he drops it, the chicken almost bounces on the sand and lands directly on the grate. And in an instant, it catches in flames.
Oh!
Hey, Dix, I dropped it! And the crowd goes nuts. They start screaming. You see Mushi Mushi tearing out buds of broccoli from their hand. And you see the king, Wing Bang Bottle Bang Boo, go, oh! As he reaches down. Dex frantically turns towards the flaming chicken that Prodi just dropped on the fire as the crowd goes wild.
Put it out! Put it out!
And Prodi walks over and starts smashing this chicken as purple feathers start filling through the air. As the leader and the two Mushi Mushi come up to you, almost just shocked by what's happening. The crowd now going wild. Mushi Mushi falling into the stands, others running past each other. And as you're sort of looking around, you see this giant, like, ornate statue of a two-headed chicken behind, you know, the king, and you see all these two-headed statues. Like, it sort of like zooms in on all the emblems on like every important piece of like furniture and like shield in the entire kingdom all of a sudden, as Prodi's like slapping this chicken as it's like crying and crying and crying. Dix, is this helping?
Stop! There's got to be another way, and I'm gonna run and look for some water.
Perfect. Yeah, you run over to the side. There's this big sort of murky-looking trough of like reddish water and a bucket sitting next to it with like 3 large holes in it.
Yeah, so I'm going to grab the bucket, and even though it's leaking water through the holes, I'm going to bring it over to the chicken and dump it onto it and Prodi just from being so close.
You scoop it up and you run over, and as you run over, there's just like a tiny bit of comical water that like gets pushed out onto it, and the chicken just goes pss a little bit as the chicken's still on fire and screaming. And but you think one more bucket might do it, and you run back over to fill it up again as the crowd is still just going nuts. They're losing their minds. You see people pulling sprouts of broccoli off of themselves. You see one guy completely bud free as he's just like crying.
It's okay. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna put it out.
And you run back over with the bucket and you toss it on as the fire goes out, and the chicken stands up, sort of bruised and broken. One of its heads sort of like looking around awkwardly, the other one like, and Prodi like standing back being like, Dix, I think it's all right. And he scoops down and like holds it up as the crowd sort of like settles for a moment.
Okay, so here's your chicken.
Everything is silent. You can hear the whistling wind through the flapping of flags, which again depicts the purple two-headed chicken. And the Mushi Mushi guards sort of look towards the king, who's like just looking at you and gripping with his little broccoli hands the throne so tightly, and he sort of nods to you to come closer.
Yeah, Prodi, go bring it closer.
Eh? And he walks.
Yeah.
Away. This is from Dex and I. And he like holds out this like broken chicken almost, and it's like as like a feather falls out of its mouth. And Wing Bang Bottle Bang Boo, who's very small on this little platform, sort of stands up on his chair, his tiny little broccoli legs. He's like an old broccoli, you know? He's like moldy.
Drier,
he's a
white,
crisper drawer broccoli that you forgot you bought a few weeks ago. And he stands up and he looks down and he's like, oh, Dido, Mushi Mushi! And the crowd celebrates. There's cheering everywhere. And people are going wild, and all of a sudden there's confetti in the air as for some reason they've accepted this really burnt, dilapidated new god chicken. And the gates to this sort of pit area open as 2 guards walk in, and you are each celebrated towards the docks, which sort of house the portal which you arrived in, as the 2 of us move down towards the waterfront. And past their ceremonial leaving, Prodi turns to you. Dix, I was worried there for a while. I didn't think that chicken was going to be any good. It looked all burnt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we gave them what they wanted. So hopefully we got another grain for this one.
Yes. Don't you feel like chicken now, Dix? I could go for a whole one. I wonder if they'd mind if we took a little nibble. And he turns around and starts walking back towards the...
No. We'll get chicken back in the house. We've got a microwave that can make us whatever we want. We don't need to eat their burnt chicken. We can make slightly less burnt chicken at home.
Dix, I don't like using our kitchen. All the pots and pans, they sing too much. Sometimes you just want to make an egg. You don't want to hear them sing a song every time.
I know, Prodi. Come on.
It's frustrating. And as Prodi and Dr. Dex Dalton exit through the portal, they are ceremoniously exited with the pouring of the delicious cheese sauce. A portal in the Crimson Host main living room opens, as it always does, adjacent to the front door, as Prodi and Dr. Dex Dalton, covered from head to toe in cheese, enter the Crimson Host. The portal shutting behind them, they turn to see the large hourglass in the front hall fill with another single grain of sand. However, the hourglass this time looks to be maybe an eighth full.
We're getting there, Prodi. We're getting there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You ready for another one?
This cheese.
Okay, let's get you some chicken first, and let's do another one.
I think we need a shower. I feel pretty sticky.
Oh yeah. Why are we covered in cheese again? I think I blacked out there for a minute.
Oh, I think the mushi. I think they like to give us the cheese as sort of a thank you. I didn't know. And Prodi walks into the kitchen, and the kitchen is sort of this large, almost like country kitchen with a beautiful island in the middle, marble countertop, but very classic wooden doors and handles, all sort of stained dark wood that match the wood exterior of the walls, and all the pots in the sink are already singing. What are they singing, Joe? Can you give us a little bit of Pots and Pans soundtrack as Prodi and Justin and Dex walk in? The dishes, Dix, can you please talk to them? They're always making a racket, and I'm trying to sleep sometimes. And as you're dancing, for the first time, you hear something bizarre. You hear the portal in the main room open without you entering it. You hear sort of zoom, and then a moment later, zoom.
Prodi, back up! And I grab one of the singing pots, and I put my back up against the wall next to the door, and I say, "Shh, quiet, pot."
Dix, was that the portal?
The portal just opened in the house.
I'll go say hi. And Prodi walks over. Hello. Oh, Dix, it's a kitty. And he sort of walks.
What?
Over. It's a cat. Look. And he walks over.
How big is it?
And there's this sort of house cat sitting in the center of the main lobby, as the pot you're holding is like giggling furiously.
Okay, I throw it in the kitchen.
Dix.
Okay, all right.
And he walks over, and the cat has sort of a bizarre, angry look on its face.
Yeah. What's up, pussycat?
Ooh, should I go pet it?
Oh, well, hold on. It doesn't look very happy right now. Ooh. And I get down on my haunches, and I look at this cat, and I say, "What's wrong? How did you get here?"
And before you can finish your words, it attacks you. Give me a dodge.
I think I might just take it. I'm picturing it just like lunges at my face and lands right on my face, and I'm like reeling and backing up.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, but it's attacking you too, like it's doing damage.
Okay. Perfect. How much damage do I take?
Give me a 1d4.
Oh, right. I have to open. As I'm being attacked by this cat, I kind of tune into all of the singing pots. Listen to
These potsticks, they're so loud. And Prodi walks over and like helps you with the cat. And he's like, get off! And he starts like pulling the cat as it's like fighting. And he's like, and he throws it at the wall, and the cat like smashes into it and like almost excitedly runs back and jumps on Prodi's back. Dex, get it off! And he turns around, and the cat is like clawing into Prodi, and like bits of green like bile are like falling out, and blood are like spraying out of his back. Dex. And Prodi like pulls the cat and throws it down on the ground. And the cat turns towards you, Dex, and like jumps on you as well. Do you dodge again? Justin's gone again.
Justin's gone. The cat that Mike posted is exactly the cat.
That's the freaky cat. You showed me that, actually. That was hilarious.
Scariest cat I've ever seen.
Mom! The cat lunges towards Dex Dalton, who sort of, I think Justin would very kindly like bat it away, but it continues to seem to do damage to Justin once again, whatever 1d4 would be for him. And Prodi, sort of getting nervous, turns around. He's like, and he takes the cat and he lifts it up and he opens the door and throws the cat outside, forgetting that just outside, sort of the cusp of this
inky blackness of space
is an inky blackness of space. And he throws the cat as it sort of begins turning, and he reaches the end of the bulb, and almost like the cat is smiling as it reaches, it funk, dies almost instantly and begins floating out into the void of space.
Rough.
And Prodi sort of shuts the door and slaps his hands. Go, Dex, we did it! He turns as Dex is sort of keeled over, breathing hard and probably extremely sad when Justin comes back.
How does Prodi deal with injuries? He's a shapeshifter, isn't he?
Yeah, his back just like reseals, like.
Okay.
But he's like scared still. I think Prodi's really afraid of animals, so that's probably why.
Any animals that are not him.
Exactly. So Dex, you've just seen Prodi, who the cat attacked you once again. He picked up the cat and threw it out the door, and it died instantly in the void of space. As he shut the door and turned around, and he turned to you. Dex, that cat was freaky. Why was it attacking so much?
I don't know, Prodi. I don't know. But I think the cheese protected me a bit. Ow. Do we have any, I don't know, what do you put on? Like a Band-Aid?
Yes, I can find something. Hold on. I can find it. And Prodi walks over to the bathroom, which is past the kitchen. And for a moment, you're sort of left alone, looking at the small drips of blood on the front hall as the portal once again opens. And this time, you see who emerges. Step by step, a figure enters. And what does this figure look like, Joe?
I feel like she does kind of like a staggering version of like the superhero, like when they like hit the ground after jumping from a height, where it's like a knee and a foot and one hand on the ground, but she's like unsteady, and she like slowly looks up and around the room. This is a woman in a white pantsuit. She looks very assured of herself. She like slowly takes in her belongings. She turns to the side and throws up really quickly and just wipes her hands.
Oh.
Who are you?
I look at Prodi.
Prodi's walking back in with a glass of milk and like a hand of aspirin, and he's like, "Hello."
My name is Dex, and this is Prodi.
Don't you dare move.
Hello. We move.
She stands up and sort of dusts off her legs, and she's like, where am I? She starts going to her belt. She pulls this revolver-looking weapon, but it's got kind of a flared barrel to it, and she pulls the trigger, pointing it at Dex.
Whoa, God.
Just one moment, please. Click, 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 click. She rattles it. Fuck. It's broken.
Hello.
Ah! Click, 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 click.
Is she
Nothing.
taking my picture, Dix?
Not
Like,
quite.
Are you
want me to
trying to
smile?
kill us?
No.
Hey,
Of course not.
then why are you
Dix,
aiming a gun
maybe
at
she's
us?
the cat. Are you the
What?
cat?
Prodi, she's not the cat.
She could be the kid.
This doesn't work. This is my house. Okay? All right. You can just come into my house in a portal, aim a gun at me, and start pretending to shoot me. Oh, grab the glass of milk from Prodi and I chuck it back.
Hey, wait, take these two. It's an aspirin.
I apologize.
Who the heck are you?
My name
She's the kid.
is Yondo
She's not-
Zeta. It is very nice and helpful to make your acquaintance. And who might I be speaking with?
Prodi. Hello.
Why, hello, Prodi?
Prodi.
Prodi, hello, Prodi. Nice to meet you and yourself, sir. I'm sorry for
Frazzling me. You downright frazzled me, man.
the intrusion.
Dr. Dex Dalton is my name.
Doctor. And now,
Yeah.
to the most pressing issue. Where is the cat?
Ah, she is the cat, Dix. I knew it. You look very different than when I killed you.
Prodi, she's not the cat. Okay, all right. So you are looking for a cat.
Yondo immediately starts looking around the room. She gets down on her all fours and she's like, she lifts up a corner of a rug and like, it's got teeth and it chomps down. She's like, ah!
No, the cat is out here. And he walks over to the front door,
about
Prodi, and opens it and points. And like a tiny blink, like a mile away, is like this tiny spinning tabby. That's your cat. You can have it back if you'd like.
We see Yondo slowly walk into frame behind Prodi and just sort of dejectedly watch this speck of a cat just drift through the void.
Do you want me to get her?
Sorry about that.
Do you have any more aspirin?
Yes.
She pops a couple.
I didn't have any more milk though. I'll get some. And Prodi walks by.
Okay, all right. Go get some milk, Prodi.
Yes.
Okay. What is your deal with the cat?
Cow, goat, wasp. What type of milk? Prodi says and pops his head back in.
Cow, dairy. Dairy's good.
Yes.
Cow milk.
This is going to be a problem. All right.
Okay.
I work for a saboteur, and
Okay.
I'm not sure where this is, but I'm on a mission. Unfortunately, my quarry was that cat, but that's all right. Where are we? This is
Glass, mug, bowl. How would you like your
Fantastic.
milk?
I'll take a bowl.
Yes.
Prodi, you said. I'll take a
Prodi's
bowl
back
of
in the
milk,
kitchen.
Prodi.
Okay. All right. Just give us a second, miss. And I go into the kitchen where
And
Prodi is.
Prodi's got this giant, like, chip-sized bowl of milk. He's like, she wants milk.
Okay, all right, Prodi, one second. This lady seems to me like she might need some help. She doesn't know where she is, and I think she probably wants to get back home. And she isn't cursed like I am, and you are, I presume. So, if we help her, maybe we'll get another, thing in the thingamajig. You know what I mean? Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
Another blink. Yeah.
So if we help her, then we'll be one step closer. Okay. So let's do everything we can.
And
you're bringing her
Prodi
milk.
takes a
That's
step
good.
towards you. Like this.
Yeah. Bring her some milk. Yeah.
One step closer
Okay.
to friends.
Okay. You don't have to wink like that though. You can stop winking.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay. You can stop.
Yes. I'll bring you the milk. And Prodi walks by you and like begins walking into the living room. And he walks up to her.
Okay.
Here is your milk. And there's like sort of sloshing around. He's like, it's cow milk, like Dr. Dex said. And he steps back and says,
Thank you so much, Prodi. So delicious. Now, this is very important. Tell me everything about...
Oh, hold on, miss.
Oh.
Before you say another word, it's very important that we do this right, okay? My name is Dex Dalton, Dr. Dex Dalton. This is Prodi, and we are going to help you today.
I would love that.
So, come with me, come with us to the briefing room.
This is the briefing room. We just finished it. Come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
That's fine.
This way.
We've
It's
been working on it for 20 years. Come. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's been about a week, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Well, I don't. And so watch out for this closet. I say as I'm walking her through the house.
It smells.
This cuckoo clock is quiet right now. It's only 23 minutes to, so we still got about 23 minutes.
Big words.
Yeah, so we gotta watch out for that. Yeah, she'll sting you. And then this, and I open the door to the spherical urinal, is the briefing room.
Yes.
And we have like a single desk and like one cheap stool and a beanbag chair.
Well,
Look
it
at this.
certainly is welcoming.
This is my Lego corner. And he walks over, and there's like a little bit of like duplex, like Duplo, like the big blocks in the corner. And Prodi like shrinks down before your eyes. And like he's like in a little Duplo house, and he's like, "This is my house."
Yeah, that's where Prodi does all of his very important Prodi work. Now, what are you working on today, Prodi?
I'm trying to help.
Good. That's right. Okay, come sit down. Here, would you like the beanbag chair or the stool? Here, take the beanbag chair, miss. Grab a seat.
Thank you very much. And she sits kind of primly and like pulls a couple of her gadgets from where they were holstered on the back of her kind of to the side, so she can like adequately sink into this beanbag chair, this leopard print beanbag chair.
Perfect. So,
this is very official.
Yeah. So this used to be, well, this has always been our briefing room. Just make sure you don't press, there's a button by your foot.
Oh,
do not press that button.
Okay. Of course.
And do not,
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't.
So you, what's your name again? Yolanda?
Yondo.
Yondo.
And you are a doctor.
Yeah, I'm a doctor. I mean, I'm not like a medical doctor, but I can heal people. I mean, that's kind of medical. No, not.
This
it's more like
my house. Says Prodi as he like opens his little Duplo door from like down here. He's not tiny. He's like 2 feet tall in like a big Duplo like house, and he's like, and he shuts it again.
Yeah. Yes, it is basically my house. More like an office, really, if you think about it. Headquarters. Been doing this for a while. So, please tell me, where'd you come from? How'd you get here? Oh, you were going to ask me some questions. Ask me questions. This is good.
Yes. Are there any other organisms that live in this house?
Yes. What do you want to know?
Really, I would just like the functionality of this. My gun's not working. It's not a...
It is a gun! You were trying to kill me!
No, let me show you. And she sort of scooches her beanbag, and then she like avoids the button and scooches it closer around to where you can see she holds out this gadget, this revolver-looking thing. And as you turn it over in your hands, you realize that there's a screen on the back of it near where the back of the gun is. The back part of the gun. A little screen, and she taps it with a red fingernail. She's like, this usually shows me all of the previous incarnations of a creature. It's, I mean, standard issue, of course, with Saboteur. So, but you see, I guess when I went through that portal or whatever it was, I must have broken. I need it.
Prodi has grown to your size behind you silently. He's like, it's a gun. Can I shoot it? And he reaches forward.
Is he wearing like Duplo on his head? Like the...
Yeah, he's got like the hat. He's like
The roof of the house becomes a hat.
He like reaches limply for it and like just sort of like paws it.
If you think you can fix it, sure.
And it's like all slimy. He's like, no, it's slimy. But it's like slimy from Prodi.
It's like got milk goo on it now.
It's just like milk and cookie goo.
Okay, all right. Prodi, you take a look at that. That's good. Now, you keep on mentioning this saboteur fellow person organization. What are we talking about here?
Company.
Company.
Yes, provide services to clients who would have their targets tracked over multiple incarnations, of course.
What does incarnation mean?
I'm sorry?
What do you mean? Incarnate?
Oh, it's maybe it's a regional thing. It's the word that where I come from we use for all the forms that you take in a previous life.
Dix, when you die, do you take new form?
Not based on my beliefs. I mean, I'm a doctor. I'm a man of science. So, well, I mean, I believe in facts, tried and true, things that are shown based on empirical evidence and studies with control groups and subject groups and
yes, of course,
sciencey things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why you're having trouble with the concept.
The concept of reincarnation?
Yes, you don't remember any of your past lives? Are you
sick? Reincarnation makes absolutely no sense to me. I mean, like, there's just no scientific proof that, you know, I might die and turn into a butterfly. I mean,
Prodi,
isn't that absolutely ridiculous?
No, Dix isn't sick. He's my best friend.
Oh, this is interesting. You're saying, Doctor, that in this place, you've never heard of incarnation, and you can't remember any of your past lives.
Oh, I've heard of incarnation. I've heard of crackpot doctors talking about reincarnation as being a thing. But, I mean, for me, I've never actually dealt with it. Like, well, I mean, because it doesn't exist.
But if I were to tell you, Doctor, that I come from a place where it does.
A place where reincarnation exists. Well, I would probably say sugar.
Yes, Dix, that sounds so weird. As like the lizard-headed shapeshifter beside you is like blinking. He's like, crackpot, right, Dix? And he like shrinks down to your pocket. High five!
That's right, Prodi. High five
I spent
back.
an incredible 18 years of my life as a very sassy antelope. And it was one of my favorite forms. The antlers are just incredible.
You sure that wasn't a dream you had, or a virtual reality simulation?
It doesn't
brain
matter. Perhaps you'll see.
Manipulation.
So you said that you would help me, and if you'd like to,
yes.
Depending on how dangerous things get, maybe you'll see it for yourself.
Do you want me to prove to you how it doesn't exist, or how do you want me to help you?
Well, I could prove it, but then I would lose my form, and honestly, I've been going to the gym and eating well, so I would rather not lose this body.
I can tell.
Great.
I can tell.
Thank you.
You look fantastic.
Now, why don't you pretend to believe me? We'll entertain the thought.
Okay.
That if there was a place where reincarnation was the norm, that there might be people who interested in tracking down the subsequent forms of an entity after they died.
Oh, okay. So, okay. All right.
If your father passed away and you had such a connection with him, perhaps you would want to find out where in the world he ended up, whether he was a tree frog or a blue whale.
Yes, if Dix died,
okay.
I'd want to find him.
Yes.
You want me to find my father?
No, you.
All I'm saying is, people like me make that possible.
Okay. All right. So you work for this organization. Are you on a specific job? Oh, the cat.
The cat. O'Shea.
O'Shea. O'Shea.
Are we still pretending?
Yes, Prodi.
Yeah.
We're pretending.
Keep pretending. Stand by on pretending.
We're pretending that I work for the arm of saboteur that is concerned with the seedy underbelly of our business. People who need to be found for less pleasant reasons. I am to find and subdue O'Shea, as he is a wanted criminal.
Oh,
He
well,
left
he's
my world as a cat.
Oh, okay. Well, he attacked my face, and Prodi saved me. High five, Prodi.
Yes.
And threw him out the window for the bees, or the wasps, rather.
He died.
Yeah, he's dead now. So,
That means...
does that complicate things for insurance, or in this hypothetical scenario of, make-believe?
Well, Doctor, in this hypothetical scenario of make-believe, it means that O'Shea has taken another form in this house, and my gadget cannot help me identify him.
Okay.
Now you see my conundrum.
Okay, all right. So in this hypothetical make-believe situation, if he did take a different form, he wouldn't be taking the form of someone that we've already known in this house, correct? I mean, there's Queenie, there's Maud, there's the giant ape creature upstairs. Oh, the Dink. I know the Dink.
He's the Dink.
Occasionally, entities will find a body that has already been alive if it is not yet occupied by an entity. However, it's exceedingly rare. Usually it is a new form, whether birthed or brought into being by matter. It's irrelevant.
Okay, all right. So hypothetically, this O'Shea is alive in the Crimson Host.
Is that what you call this manor?
Is it what we call this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's what we call the manor.
It's what he calls himself.
I'm sorry.
Right, yeah.
Is the house an entity?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Oh yeah, I guess it would be.
It's...
the house is. Sometimes it has tongues on the walls. I know that much.
Will you
funny,
help
Prodi?
me?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh yeah. We're gonna help you. So hypothetically help or like real help?
You need to take me seriously, Dex.
You're right. You're 100% right. I'm sorry. I'm just not used to things that I find hard to believe. But for your sake, for the sake of help, and Dr. Dex Dalton and Prodi helping people, I will believe you. I will take you seriously, and I will, for the purpose of this mission, accept your views on the afterlife.
Thank you.
Yes, me too.
Wonderful. Well, I'm so glad. Now, the first thing we need to do is fix my gadget.
So this gun does what? And he like spits out the gun that he was sucking on. It does. I can't fix it, Dix. It's you. And he hands it out towards you. It's all like
that's some great work, Prodi. All right.
Saliva.
And I just kind of flick off the saliva, and I say,
Let's
"Grab
go
onto
to
something."
The shop.
Everybody, grab onto something.
And Prodi
He
grabs
grabs
onto
onto
you.
the beanbag.
And I kick the button with my foot, and like you see now that everything, even the beanbag, is like bolted down to the ground. I press the button with my foot, and a giant vacuum sucks up all of the air from this area, and all the saliva from the gun just starts like sucking up into it. And then I lift it off. Woo! All right. I just like doing that. I didn't even need to. I could have used a cloth.
I like it too.
So, at least it's dry. Let's take a look at this. So I'm going to do an intellect roll on this bad boy and see what Dr. Dex Dalton can do.
Absolutely. Give me an intellect roll. The challenge rating will be free.
So I almost opened Google Chrome again, but I'm not going to make that
Don't.
mistake again. I won't, okay?
Do it.
Stop.
It's gonna be a 9 or higher.
Fine.
God, I love Community.
All right, here we go.
Bottle.
9 or higher.
Cancel my reservations. We're doing a bottle episode. Toss. I fucking love that episode so much. I'm gonna watch Community again.
What'd you get, Justin?
How many times have you watched it? I got an 18.
Probably 3 times. It's definitely one of the best written shows
Up there.
On
What, an
Invictus?
18?
Nice.
Yeah, your stuff's
I got an
showing
18.
up.
No, not on Invictus
Oh.
because I don't have the link right now because
Oh,
I'm
that's
using
fine. You gotta
Internet
tell me.
Explorer because Google Chrome keeps on crashing. So yeah, 18.
Succeed very well. So yeah, you can tell that this device uses a particular type of crystal, a purple phosphorite crystal that you have seen 2 spares of. One you saw Prodi eat last week, and the other is currently recharging your first generation iPod in the bedroom. And other than that, a little bit of work that you have in your work table in your bedroom, we'll put it together.
Well, good news is I know what part we need to fix this. Better news is I know where we can find those parts.
You're kidding me.
Prodi,
Yes.
when was the last time you had a bowel movement? It's a simple question. Oh, it's happening right now. This is great. You have to watch this.
Oh. 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 Ah.
It's in the room upstairs.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, follow me, Miss Yolanda.
It's Yondo.
Right through this door here. Watch the button.
Oh,
Yando.
it is.
Yando.
Okay, now up we go. Oh, shit. I stop in the hallway.
Wait.
Oh, no. Can we take the back way up the stairs?
Oh, what's
That's
wrong,
right on.
Dex?
Oh, it's Queenie o'clock, Prodi.
Yes, she'll ask you to spell things. Are you good at spelling?
I know. If we can go the back way, then we don't have to see her. Okay. All right. Try. I'm gonna try to sneak around. So this way. This way.
Oh, okay.
So I guide you along the back wall and through
Very
a.
sneaky.
Yeah, and I watch this. So I open a panel door that's hiding behind a tall drapery, and I walk us in. And this is like some sort of like servants sort of corridor, and then this leads to the other side of the house. So this will lead us directly into the main area without us going past Queenie, and then we can just run up the stairs, close the door, and then she can't get to us.
Perfect.
Okay.
Keep your
Right.
eye out for suspicious life forms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we
I
say hi
always
to
do.
Queenie? Queenie.
No, Prodi.
And the Queenie buzzes around you. And around Yondo.
No, run. No.
What are you doing? Did you really think that you could get past me without asking a word or two? What the hell? And who is this? And she starts buzzing around you, Yondo. And she
It's
sort
like
of stops
karate
and floats
chopping the
between the
air.
two of you. Give me an attack roll if you want to try to hit her.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, no, don't.
It's gonna be
I got a
challenging.
4.
So 50. Yeah, no. So you chop, but you don't quite hit her. And she's like, "Whoa! Oh my God! Okay, time for a toughie. I'm gonna stab the hell out of both of you. Let's say one try, anti-disestablishmentarianism, and go." And she turns her butt, and sort of a little pling comes from her stinger. She's like, "And I am ready to sting. One try. Let's do this."
What's happening, Dex?
She's making you spell. Okay. All right. Don't sting me.
Anti-disestablishment. Okay. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
You forgot the N, Dex. And she runs over and stabs you with her little buttsicle, and it goes right into your shoulder as you can feel the poison coming in. And give me a 1d4 roll. And she spins over to you, Yondo, and hits you right in the neck as well. And just pulls out. And she's like,
you didn't even give me a chance!
and that's what you get for fucking with me. And she spins around and goes back into the cuckoo clock as it slams shut.
What a bee!
Yeah.
I love Queenie. Bye, Queenie. Let's go. And he
Real.
turns around and continues walking.
Ow, that's smarts.
She's a real bee with a scratch. All right, shall we?
Sure.
Okay.
Prodi,
Right
when
this way.
you... it went
Oh,
upstairs?
1d4 for you too, Joe, with the...
Whatever.
I took 1 point of speed damage.
Yeah,
3 points of nothing damage.
speed damage.
That's what you
Speed
said.
or might. Speed or might.
Good job with mostly spelling that, by the way.
Thank you. Where was the N? So it was
Establishmentarianism.
I went anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Terryism.
Arianism. Oh, dumb,
You
dumb,
did so
dumb,
good,
dumb,
though.
dumb. Dex says as he's in front of his door, dumb, 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 dumb. Okay, this is Prodi's room. Oh, open the door, Prodi. I can't open it myself.
Ah, yes, this is my spare room. And he opens it up, knowing that Prodi's other room is sort of that greenhousey book room. He opens this one up and walks in, and this is basically like a walk-in freezer, and the entire floor is ice, and he like slides immediately, and he's like, hey, and he slides into the room and like spins halfway as he begins moving down the area, and it's all sort of brightly lit, and it sounds like Christmas music is playing, and he's like, this is my Christmas room, come in.
Oh, I actually haven't seen this room yet.
It's
After you,
lovely.
Yondo.
Oh, thank you. Are there any life forms in here?
No, just sliding. Yee! And he slides around, and he slides over to this like weird sort of glowing geode on the ground. He's like, here it is, Dix, and he stomps it, and it shatters, almost like breakable glass into like a million different pieces. And in the center is the phosphorate purple crystal. This is what you wanted. And he stands up and he hands it over to you.
Ah, perfect. I knew you were good shit. All right. Okay, so if I were to take this, would you kindly push me back towards the door?
Oh, yes, of course. And she sort of like scoots backwards as you scoot forward.
Yeah, and Dex is just kind of sliding as he's looking at this crystal and the gun. And then he hits the threshold. Okay, right this way. If I were to take you and put you in the capacitor and put the resistor on for 100%, then I should be able to... He mumbles as he's walking down the hallway.
Is he always like this?
He's always fantastic.
Oh, of course, yes. Yondo pulls an actual gun out of her holster at her side, and she's like, now, Prodi, it's possible that there's a dangerous creature in this house.
Yes, there's many.
Oh, boy. Just be on the lookout.
You mentioned that it could be someone in this house. But it would probably be a baby. Yes?
Probably, but not necessarily.
Ah, I think I might know where we could look.
Where?
And he sort of stops. Dix, can I tell her? Oh, I guess you haven't seen it either. There's lots of mouse in around the basement. I think maybe I should show you. And he shrinks down. He's like, come this way. And he starts walking towards like a mouse hole in the wall. And then he disappears.
Well, should we follow him?
Oh, I'm back in this room. Yes, we should, but let's see. I don't think we're gonna fit in that hole. Basement? Let's try the basement. I think that's what he said.
I think he said the basement.
Yeah, so I was looking at your gun, and yeah, so there's a capacitor and a resistor that if I tweak the settings after putting the crystal in, I should be able to manually access the throughput, which would obviously, you know. So yeah, it shouldn't be hard. I just need some. I just need a crowbar. So I've got that downstairs too. So that's perfect.
Wonderful. Great.
All right,
Very
Prodi, we're coming down.
And as you walk down the stairs, Prodi is standing at the bottom in his full size, like, right, Dex, I realized that you didn't have a way to get down. But what if we used the shrinky dink and you two shrank down and joined me? Because I can do it whenever I want, but you can't.
Yeah, that's true.
I was thinking...
Give me a second just to work on this. I think I can get this gun working.
I think, and he turns to Yondo and he says, I think if anywhere in the house would be the friend, I think maybe King Cuddlefuts would know. Because he's sort of a nice gentleman. Gentleman? Going a bit German.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, okay, all right. So I think first things first, Prodi. I know you want us to go and speak with... take this shrinky dink and do all this, but I won't be able to work with this gun with the shrinky dink. So I propose we fix the gun first. Number one.
Yes.
Then number two, you lead us to wherever you think we should go next.
Yes.
I agree.
Number
All right.
3, we have cheese.
I think I still have some on my arm.
And he runs over and he starts sucking your arm.
Yeah. So it should take only like 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Where's the crowbar, Prodi?
In the basement.
Yeah, that's where we are. Okay. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay. All right. And I stick the gun on the table, and you guys hear a whole bunch of sounds like.
Careful.
Working. Dex works so well.
Just don't break it more than it's already. All right.
Okay.
That's an
I love this sound effect.
Oh, are you guys still waiting? Oh, sorry, I was playing with the sound effects filter on my phone. Here's the gun.
No. She holds up the gun. It's the same exact thing looking, but now it's just kind of like vaguely pulsing with like a navy blue light.
And you also got the Zelda sound effect when you got it.
Just still playing with his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And she's like, "This is wonderful. Thank you so much, Dex."
Oh, scan me.
Look.
Can you scan me?
And she
What was I? What was I before this?
clicks that. See, that's just fascinating. I've never seen a creature like you before.
Human?
She turns the gun so that it shows you, and it says "First Incarnation," and then a little tiny picture of Dex Dalton on it.
Wow, that
And she's like,
I don't know what that means.
Do me.
Oh,
She hands you the gun.
okay. Do I just press this
Just press the trigger.
big red button?
That's
oh,
right.
trigger.
And you see, like, scrolling all the way down, there's like hundreds and hundreds of little pictures of creatures, and she comes over and she's like, "Okay, so let me just show you here my 385th from this current iteration. Look, luminous purple jellyfish. Ah, it was divine.
I've
Floating
never
in
been a
dark
jellyfish before.
sea. Oh, it was wonderful.
You
Oh,
mean-
and she scrolls up, and look, mere 20 forms ago, I was also a human. I was a ballet dancer.
Oh, that's nice. I love ballet. Did you ever do the Nutcracker Suite? Does it say?
I did, yeah.
Is there a
Oh,
subfolder?
no, but it's in my memory.
Wow. So
Do me.
wait, how come you have memories for it? And oh yeah, let's do Prodi first, and then.
Do Prodi.
Ding. No, it's so strange. Prodi, you've only ever been Prodi.
Oh, that's weird. I don't feel
Do you
like
have-
I have.
Memories of other prior lives, Prodi?
Oh, Yes, I
You do?
remember a lot. 20 years worth. Lots of stuff.
Oh, my ray is not picking it up, but I'm sure you have.
Let's go to the shrinky dink. And
Yes.
Prodi turns around and begins waddling up the stairs.
Okay. You know, I don't like the shrinky dink. But I'll do it. For helping purposes. Have you ever been shrunk before?
No, but I've been very,
Remember?
very small.
Yeah, you've been a jelly. That's what I was going to ask you. How come you remember all of your past experiences, hypothetically, and I don't remember any of mine?
Because it says that you haven't had any.
Oh. Wait, no. You said I have. You said that I was a... What was I before? Oh, I'm first generation. Oh, Dex Dalton's first generation?
Yes, you've only ever been.
Oh, I see what that means. I thought, like, you were saying that, like, I was, like, the first incarnation, and then, like, I went through a whole bunch of different things, and then I became Dex Dalton. So you're saying that me being born was the beginning of my soul line, if you will?
That's right.
And where is Prodi leading us? Like, what does the scenery look like as, like, we're talking? It's changing.
We're going through, like, the bowels of the house. He's, like, squeezing through a wall at one point, and then you guys are, like, somehow upside down in, like, MC Escher stairs, and then you're, like, walking along, like, these viney sort of bridge rope over, like, a giant maw of a creature. It's just like, "Hi, Prodi." And he's like, "Hello." And he walks over, and then you come back into the main hall right next to the door that you left from. He's like, "We took the long way." And he opens it up, and inside is the machine you built, the Shrinky Dink, which is basically, it's a giant magnifying glass with a tiny magnifying glass in the center of this floor, and then a small drop beneath it.
Not my best
And Prodi
work.
walks over, and he stands behind the control panel. "Are you guys ready to be
You
tiny?"
built it. Oh,
After you, Yondo.
certainly. This is
I did help.
fantastic.
I did help. Flashback to Prodi, like holding a screwdriver, like my son does, against a thing that doesn't have anything
Against
on
a
it.
wall.
Just, like, moving it back and forth. "I'm helping Dex."
Yes, you are. And, like, Dex is in the background, like, fighting
Doing
with,
everything.
like, cables that are, like, alive and pulling them into sockets.
"Look, Dex,
All right.
it's a choo-choo."
Yondo's standing on the platform.
And
Okay, so all we're gonna do here is we're gonna pull this lever. Now, Prodi, you're gonna be the one who has to pull the lever for me.
yes,
It's very important.
I do
because
this all the
if
time,
you-
Dex.
Yeah, okay, you know what you're doing. All right, I just like to remind you because you remember what happened 3 times ago.
Yes, but it's time to die anyway. And he goes boop 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 and pulls the thing as Yondo's standing on the on the platform, like, immediately. And a giant sort of bright yellow light starts around you, Yondo, and it slowly grows closer as the magnifying lens sort of bends a little bit, and it starts getting hotter and hotter as the magnifying beam becomes more and more centered, and eventually the top of your head starts feeling hot, and then it starts feeling smaller and smaller, and as you shrink down in this bright beam of magnifying light, and as the light sort of dies, Prodi pulls back on the handle, and you're standing now beneath that magnifying glass, almost underneath the floorboards, and Prodi sort of walks over. It's like big, wet, squishy feet, bends down and picks you up. He's like, "Hello, Yondo.
It worked.
Yes, you stay there. Then I'll shrink Dex, and then we'll come for you too." And he puts you on, like, the counter, and he's like, "Your turn, Dex."
I'm ready when you are.
And he's like, "Okay.
Regular setting, please.
Let's try
Regular.
this one." And he, like, pulls it quickly, and same type of thing happens to you, and it hurts a little more, but you are small. And he picks you up and holds both of you. "Are you guys ready?"
Why did you pick the troll setting?
And he
I
walks
hate the
over
troll setting.
to the hallway, and he shrinks down with you as you guys grow bigger, and then you're put on the ground, and he shrinks, and then he's about your size. Like, all right. Within these walls, I've spent many years. Down there is King Cuddlefuts. If anyone has a chance of being your person, it's most likely a mouse. So we'll talk to King Cuddlefuts, and we'll see if he can help us find... What did you say his name was?
O'Shea.
O'Shea.
Then we will help you and see if we can find this thing in the walls of the Crimson Host. And we're going to stop there for the mid-game post.
Mid-game post. Mid-game post.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Boo, boo, boo. Well, now you don't need to speak small because we're all small. It's only, you know,
Right, we're
do
all
because I
small
think it's
now.
adorable. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is the mid-game post. It's the time where we stop the action and we jump over to you, the Discord chat, to see what's up. Is everybody having a good time tonight?
Yeah, I'm having a blast. So much fun.
Good.
So much imagination. Just kind of flowing up the top of this esophagus. I'm not a large water-dwelling mammal. Where did you get that preposterous hypothesis? Did Steve tell you that, perchance?
Steve. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is it's fun. I'm enjoying this game very much so far. So didn't think of do that. Didn't think we'd do a bottle episode, did you? We're doing it.
So cute.
Does
Does that mean we don't leave
correct?
the set?
Yeah, it's like this. It's all the same setting, which Community does a bottle episode, and it's the best one because like they're all stuck in the room the entire time.
I see. I get it now. That's
Yeah,
funny.
let's do mid-game post. What should the question be? Maybe the name of the bad guy, although I just reiterated it.
The name of...
Remember the company that I work for?
That's a good one. Or
I
the
said
name
it
of
a
the
few times.
crystal.
Or the tribesman, the broccoli
Oh, the
tribesman.
beginning. Let's do this
Yeah.
species of creature. Does anyone remember the species name?
No.
No? Okay, then never mind.
I
I remember it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yep.
The
I
name
think so.
of the creatures. Yeah. In
Hey.
the beginning. What would you call that? Prologue?
In the
Yeah.
prologue. Yes.
In the
That's
prologue.
definitely a prologue.
Good
There we go.
words.
Great words.
Good
Great
words.
Everybody.
Words with
Great words. Well, I'm glad everyone's having fun so far. Man, that beginning was stressful for me.
Oh,
sorry about that.
Oh, because Justin disappeared and it was
Because
just
my computer
No,
crashed.
no. I realized that I didn't have the credits on my desktop. So as I was reading, I was navigating. I don't know if you could tell, but I was like reading and navigating my like folders, trying to find it, copied
That's-
it, pasted it.
That's
I'm
pretty
impressed
impressive,
with
dude. That's not
It was
easy. That takes a
really
lot of mental RAM.
You're a
I had to do-
champion.
That's why one eye was doing this and one eye was
I
doing
was
this.
wondering why it looked like you're having a stroke, but I wasn't going to say anything.
For anyone who says I
be
can't
right
multitask, and I've had people say that,
People say that?
no, they're wrong.
Well,
Your mom said that once.
did she? Why?
No, she didn't like accuse. She was just kind of like, "Oh, I'm distracting you." I'm like, "I can multitask." She's like, "I'm sure you're not that good of a multitasker." I'm like, "Oh, really?" As I was like beating eggs and beating zombies and like brushing my hair and reading.
I'm also chatting on Facebook
And
Messenger. with
obviously chatting on Facebook. Speaking of, I had a great chat yesterday with one of our fans. I don't know who it is, but I wonder if you're watching today. Nightmare. No, they're offline. I don't know who this is.
Bummer.
They said they were having a friend who's having a hard time enjoying his role as a DM. How do you keep your cool and still enjoy DMing if things don't go as planned? And we had a good conversation about that. So Nightmare, if you are watching this after the fact, great experience, and you should join the Facebook group and share your thoughts with the rest of the team, because I think you had some interesting problems that I think a lot of people might experience, and I think you should share.
Absolutely. It's always nice to feel like you're not alone, too. You know?
Definitely. God, feeling alone? Ugh.
We have a great community on the Facebook and on the Discord, and it's just such a pleasure to have a bunch of folks who got your back.
Such a pleasure. And these people totally got our backs. I could get into a fight tomorrow, and I feel like at least 50% of these people would fight with me.
If you gave them like 14 hours to get here. They would totally have it back.
Definitely. If we did some Les Mis stuff, I built a big barricade in the streets. Do you hear the people singing the song of Invictus Brood?
Yeah. I don't know Les Mis very well.
Well,
I'll have to.
Yep.
Forgive me.
Yep. Oh, I thought you said we have to see it. I was going to say, yep, again.
We'll have to be in it.
Again. I have to be in it.
Yeah, let's be in a musical.
Absolutely. Again. You enjoying your character, Yondo, so far?
So fun.
What Yondo window break?
Yondo. Yondo, the stylish bounty hunter from another dimension.
Another dimension, new galaxy, intergalactic planetary. Intergalactic planetary, intergalactic. Man, I could go for that right now. Just some hardcore, loud.
Just some Beastie Boys.
Some Beastie Boys known to let the beat drop.
Keep it going, keep it going.
Full steam. Oh, don't get me started. You know I'll rap it all. What else is up? Mushy peas, mushy broccoli. Ooh.
Yeah, who do we have hanging out with us this evening?
Yeah, let's say
We
some
got Michael and Brianna. We got Carly. We got Bjorn. We got Mike. What's up, Mike?
We got Mike D.
Mike.
He's a lady's
Prison Mike.
choice.
We got Paul. Looks like we got a tight group today.
Paul.
Not a sight.
Paul Bernhard.
Yeah.
Paul Bernhard loves when we play systems. He's like consistently the one person who's like, I don't really enjoy when you guys don't play role-playing games, which is fair because we're a role-playing stream. I always feel guilty when he's watching and we're not rolling enough. I'm like, oh God, Paul's gonna get mad at us, guys.
We got Jacob Watterson.
We got
Hey,
Jacob
Jacob.
Watterson on the mic. We got, hey, when's American Thanksgiving?
This weekend.
This weekend.
Oh, look, there he is, Paul. What do you say for Thanksgiving? Happy Thanksgiving, I guess, right?
What? Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, I guess.
What do you say?
Gobble,
for
gobble, gobble,
Thanksgiving?
gobble, 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 gobble.
Say.
Mike's here. Hi,
Gobble,
Mike.
gobble, gobble.
What? So I know that we have our own Thanksgiving traditions up here, up
Martin
north in
Frobisher.
Canada, that we already got to enjoy in October.
Hmm.
But let's say that you lived in the States. Let's say you boys lived down in the southern states. What would your favorite Thanksgiving dish be if you were an American, do you think?
You know, one year I made that sweet potato yam one that you see in the movies with like the marshmallows on top.
That's one that always kind of confuses me.
Yeah, I want to try it. I did not enjoy it, but here's what I will say. It's not bad. It's very sweet. Like,
Yeah.
it's sweet potato with marshmallow. I think if I was having a really salty dinner, if I was having really salty vegetables and really which, hey, if it's me, it probably would be. A little bit of that actually would probably be really good with it. And I think I might have eaten it in the wrong context because I kind of was like, I'm going to try this. And I had like a big slice of it. I think it might be like sort of almost like just a side, you know, like a real, not, I mean, obviously a side, but like just like a little bit. But good question. What would my tradition, what would I want to try? What about you, Justin?
No, if you
Oh.
yourself were an American, what do you think American you would be into?
What do you
What,
think
what
American
food?
would be
What
into?
American foods
What
would I be into?
American Thanksgiving food would you be into if you grew up in the States, do you think? If you
Oh,
had,
that.
Turducken.
yeah,
Turducken.
turducken,
Oh, no, I don't think that.
Yeah,
bunch of
yeah, I think
poultry
so.
stuffed inside each other.
Probably,
Poultry, super
probably would be
poultry,
that
mega
sweet
poultry.
potato thing then for me at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of giving a bullshit answer. I don't really know American
bullshit
dishes.
question.
Is it different from pumpkin bread? Should I have pumpkin bread?
Is that a
That's
thing?
a thing, apparently. Yeah. I'm looking at a New England Thanksgiving menu. We've got roast turkey and gravy, New England stuffing, mashed potatoes, mashed turnip, creamed onions,
Oh,
cranberry
that's
sauce.
What?
I've never had
Staple.
that.
I've never had creamed onions myself.
That's interesting.
Buttered rolls, celery
that's-
sticks,
Just celery
pumpkin
sticks?
pie, and pumpkin bread.
Oh, pumpkin bread sounds pretty
Yeah.
nice.
The celery sticks will look really funny. Like all of these like dishes look so nice and extravagant, and then it's just like celery sticks on a platter. Just like, why does this go?
Jacob Watterson said his favorite is the sweet potato casserole, which I also never had, so maybe that would be good. Although I remember seeing a bunch of posts where people were like, mac and cheese is like a staple of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Really?
Which
I've seen that.
I do like
actually.
mac and cheese.
I've
I
seen
do
like mac and
homemade
cheese. Like cream corn is really popular.
that's right.
Mm,
Oh,
cornbread?
it would
Is
be cream
cornbread
corn.
popular?
It would be cream corn for me, because you know
Yeah.
what? That's one of those things I was like for a long time, and then I actually tried it. Someone made it, and it's actually really good. And I was like,
So like not the creamed corn from the can, like
No.
homemade creamed corn.
like homemade cream corn. Yeah, like I think it's like basically you shave a cob and then you cook it in like cream until it thickens a little bit.
That
And I
sounds
thought
fucking good.
it actually was really good, and I thought it was going to be like really really sweet, and it wasn't. It was just like a nice like almost like a polenta, but like obviously much softer and a bit sweeter.
I'll mess with a corn chowder though, and I feel like they're kind of analogous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, you would do. I think corn chowder is still a bit more savory than creamed corn. I think creamed corn is typically on the sweeter side still.
You know you're well versed in cooking when you can say polenta without giggling.
Polenta? Is that
Is it
funny?
a sexy thing? Polenta?
You don't even. I just when I hear polenta, I think placenta.
Oh yeah. But no, I actually eat placenta as well, and that.
Oh,
that's
do
so-
you? Is
it's
that like
easy
your
for me to-
Thanksgiving dish?
That's not that. If I was raised
Thanksgiving
Southern, that would
potluck
be my
dinner.
Thanksgiving fried polenta.
I bring my polenta over. Ooh, I do declare.
What y'all bring for Thanksgiving? I'm
I
bringing
got some of my leftover.
cranberry polenta. I mean,
polenta
placenta.
or placenta? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Both.
Very placenta.
Little bits of placenta in the polenta.
I brought
Placenta,
celery
placenta.
sticks.
I will
That's
say
your
that
one.
I think my favorite thing, it's a terrible answer because it doesn't exist without the others, is cranberry sauce. I'm a huge cranberry boy, and I really really like cranberry sauce with my.
Yes,
That's like
you
a
are.
horrible superhero sidekick name.
Cranberry boy.
Come here, cranberry boy.
I am sour, but I'm still a fruit.
I grew up in a bar.
That's your catchphrase.
Sour, but I'm still a fruit. It's like angry, but no, I really do.
Harvesting cranberries is like the most fascinating thing in the world.
I don't know anything
so?
about it, so I'm really excited to find out.
They flood the field entirely in like a couple feet of water, and all the ripe cranberries like float to the surface. And then they drain the field and like skim the fruit. It's crazy. It's just interesting to me that they like flood because they grew up in bogs.
Nice. You know what one of my favorite cranberry sort of snacks around the holidays is, and I didn't have it until a few years ago. I think my cousin made it. And basically, and I'm gonna make it because I have a half bag of cranberries in the fridge right now. All she did was she rolled cranberries in, I guess, sugar, and so it hardened a little bit. And I think she sprinkled them with a little bit of cinnamon sugar. And basically, all it was is this cranberry, but when you would bite it, it sort of had this crispy sugar outer crunch, and then the really tartness of the cranberry. And at first, it turned. I remember everyone trying it was like, ooh, because it's really. I mean, cranberries are really tart, and the sugar
And kind of
was-
bitter too.
and bitter. But it's really cool because when you bite it, it's like too sweet, and then you bite it and it's too tart. But as you chew it, it becomes perfect. It's like making cranberry sauce in your mouth. I remember everyone was like, too sweet. Ooh, God, ooh. But then as you're chewing, like, actually, that's really good. I got addicted to them. I was like, fuck, this is so good.
That kind of reminds me of one treat that we would get a snack was we had lots of rhubarb growing in the backyard.
Oh, yeah.
And so like
then
classic thing would be dip it in
Dip it in
sugar.
sugar.
that shit in sugar.
Yeah.
Man.
And like the little strings that get stuck between your teeth.
Yeah, it's
That's
very,
right, that's
What's
right.
that word? What's that word for stringy?
Stringy.
Fibrous?
Fibrous, thank you. Yeah, rhubarb is super
Fibrous.
fibrous.
It's very
Good
much like a
word.
celery.
It's tough.
It is very much
It's
like a
very much like it,
I
Yeah.
fucking love rhubarb. My
Now
parents
I
used to
want-
stew rhubarb, and we would have it in jars in the fridge, and we'd put it on toast in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's
So
good.
good.
Oh, you know what? Thinking of like Thanksgiving dishes. I don't know if this is technically a Thanksgiving dish, but rhubarb pie.
Oh my god, so good.
I want a Christmas dinner now, or Thanksgiving dinner, or both. I never had a Thanksgiving dinner. I didn't have a Thanksgiving dinner this year, and I didn't have a
Thanksgiving
Christmas
dinner!
this year. Should we do
Friendsgiving?
American Thanksgiving?
What?
American
No.
Thanksgiving this week.
I'm just excited because we're gonna do Christmas dinner. So stoked.
Oh, Christmas dinner. Yeah, totally.
Uh-huh. I think it would probably be some kind of like shortbread bar with like caramel on top, like too sweet, very buttery, but like so addictive. Like I would probably be into those a lot.
Oh, totally.
Should we?
That was the
Should
thing.
we roll some die to like, just kind of mix in with this conversation? Because I don't want this conversation to end. I'm digging this. But why don't we just roll some dice?
I'm gonna roll a
like-
D100.
We
What do you
are
guys
role
think I'm gonna
playing
get?
stream.
68.
Yeah?
72.
Oh, I got 12. That's my guys.
Well, I got closest to without getting over, so I technically win.
Pretty close.
Without going over? Without? I think you kind of went over.
I
little
really
bit.
want a turkey. I want that
Turkey. The whole thing?
Just, the
Just
whole,
eat it?
This entire one on my head.
Do you
Mr.
butterfly
Bean
a
style.
turkey?
You can. It's not called butterflying. It's called. I
Mothing?
mean, you can butterfly it, but no.
Giant moth?
The proper way, you cut out the spine and you lay it flat, and you do the two halves. It's called something. It starts with an S.
Slicing.
It just cooks faster, but I've done that
Right.
before, and it's good. I fucking love it. I don't know why I was thinking about this, but I was thinking
You love cooking? You love
No, I was.
turkey?
This is my connection. I was gonna say I love Mr. Bean because I was thinking.
Oh, good. Yes.
Turkey.
Okay. I know exactly where you're going.
Right? I was thinking turkey, the turkey episode, Mr. Bean, and then Henry. I was last night, Henry and I were hanging out on the couch and cuddling and just having just the best time. And he grabbed the TV remote and turned it on. And he's like at the age now where we can obviously like say simple words. He's like, TV? I was like, you want to watch TV? He's like, yeah. And he really watched. I was like, sure. So we put on TV, and I'm like flicking through. I'm like, what could we watch? Because I don't subscribe to live TV. It's always pre-recorded Netflix or whatever. But I have Amazon Prime as well, and they had Mr. Bean on there. I was like, oh, it's like Mr. Bean's kind of perfect because it's not too mature. It's old that he might not get it, but he can still laugh at how silly it is, and it's also really entertaining for me. So I put on Mr. Bean, and he was just like watching it, kind of laugh when he did some silly dances and shit, and it was really, really funny. But,
Was it the Thanksgiving episode or the Christmas
not.
episode that you watched? Oh,
no, you know what it was?
Which episode was it?
It was the back to school episode, which reminded me of when we went to your school, which is what made me want to watch it.
Oh, that's funny.
But I totally forgot how much of a dick Mr. Bean is. Like,
he's such a dick.
It's so like the first shot of that episode is he walks into the school and there's a guy like staring at the awards or something. He's just like reading, and Mr. Bean like sees him, and he like slides in front of him, like just between Mr. Bean and what the guy was reading, between the guy and the thing he's reading. And he's just like,
because he wants to see it too.
No, he wasn't reading. He was just like looking behind his shoulder, like making sure the guy couldn't read. And then the guy's like, ugh, and he steps to the next one. And Mr. Bean like slides in front of him. He's just like, and then the guy's like, fuck it, and walks away. Mr. Bean's like, oh, and like, it's just like, I forgot how terrible he's just like doing it to be a dick, and I kind of love it. It's kind of fucking hilarious. I was laughing much harder than I don't know, it's maybe because I'm older now, and the fact that some guy exists that's such a child to just be like mean for no reason is that much funnier.
I think we could all kind of relate to that. Like, I think every one of us has like a little petty Mr. Bean inside of us that wants to just kind of like fucking piss people off.
Jacob Watterson.
Whoa, Jacob!
He said to
What's
keep
up?
It, he said,
Everyone, keep it on the down low.
We
But
can say it out
Jacob's
loud,
gonna be
though.
a daddy. Jacob. So excited.
Congratulations.
He said,
That's amazing.
no Facebook posts, but my girlfriend and I are 9.5 weeks pregnant. I don't know why I'm whispering, like my volume's gonna make a difference.
Jacob's gonna be a daddy.
We are surprising our family tomorrow at Thanksgiving dinner. Can I do some extra ASMR?
Extra.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
That's the best. I wish you guys all the best in the world.
Being a parent.
Wow.
Got any advice, Harlan?
Yeah, lots. Lots. No. Just
But you're not
enjoy
getting
it.
any.
But you're not getting any. You're not getting any. Actually, I can give you. You know what? You want some real, actual advice, and I will give you this, and I agree with it because it's my advice for free. When you buy sleeper onesies for your baby, buy zippers, not buttons. That's the most practical advice I can give. Because when you wake up in the middle of the night changing your baby, and he or she has a full sort of onesie, it is much more annoying to unbutton everything to change the diaper and then button everyone back up versus zip and zip. So much easier. And at like 3 in the morning when you have to work the next day, that minute that you save, it makes a difference. So that is my real world practical advice. Buy zipper things, and I will tell you now, I will never go back to buying button ones. They're not that bad. I mean, if I get them for gifts, they're perfectly fine, and I use them all the time. But it's just, honestly, I covet the zipper ones. I'm like, okay, we're saving that for the weekend, Henry. You get the button one tonight because I'm not as tired. I'm like, but we're gonna. Oh my god! Last night I put him in this fucking terrible one. It's like this. It probably cost a lot because it's nice, but it's like this hand knit one with buttons, but all the buttons are super small, and like I had to button up 3 times.
Like a fucking wedding dress where it's like 45 eyelet, like hook and eye closures off the side.
But the thing is, the buttons are very small and the holes are big, so they kept popping off. Little Henry's like lying there, and his diapers, bulging because they're big diapers, they're saggy, and his little button keeps popping open while he's trying to sleep, and I'm like, fuck it. So I ended up just putting him back to bed with like his full bottom half just like loose. He's got like his feet and diaper
like
hanging
a
out.
little mermaid.
It was really awesome, actually.
That's
Sorry.
great.
That's,
Buttons and zippers. No, buttons and zippers. I recently bought a pair of jeans that I didn't try them on in the change room to my demise because I got home and then I realized they had a zipper, or they had a button fly, not a zipper, and it's just such a pain in the ass. Just
that would suck. Buttons kind of suck. They're the worst.
I have a pair of pants with a button fly and I like them. Jacob says that they're going to do cloth diapers. Good for you, Jacob. I think that's some resilience there. I know some people
Zara
do cloth.
they did cloth diapers, and good for you. I did not, and I will not. Awesome. Hi, Megan. We missed you too.
Hi, Megan.
Hello.
She's glad she got the big news. Have a wonderful night. All right. I guess we're ready to go back to this. All right. What game is this? Right.
Let's Dex Dalton. Let's Dex Dalton, everybody.
Let's Dex.
Do the Dex.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado,
Yes.
where did I write down?
Yeah?
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Did you delete the game?
No, someone gave a suggestion at the beginning of the game for a good world, and I forgot to write it.
Oh, who got the make
Oh, I know what it was.
Remember
we were
that
singing. We were singing, and then I think Joe was away, and we were singing a song, and it was like a theme song for.
No,
something.
not that one. There's someone else while we were in game, and someone said something in the chat or something, or you said something, and I was like, oh.
About a
You said
game.
Whale's belly.
That's right.
Yeah, mid-game post.
Oh, right. Maybe we're still
We
in
have
the mid-game.
3 correct answers.
So roll 1d6 and a half.
Hilarious.
Let's give it to Carly. I mean, she got the right thing. It's just
Okay,
she forgot to say it twice.
We got 4 4
Why don't you roll a 1d4?
Carly McDonald.
I will roll a 1d4. See, we're rolling dice.
Pardon me.
Number 4. Michael and Brianna. Bo.
Congrats,
Bo,
Mike and
Bo,
Bree.
Bo, Bo.
Everybody.
All right.
Wait, I wanted to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going back to the game, back to Prodi. And we bring you back to... Ladies and gentlemen, this is Prodi. We bring you back to Dr. Dex Dalton, the daring deeds. Here we go.
What are you talking about up there, Prodi?
Oh, nothing.
What are you mumbling to yourself?
I was just letting the audience know that we're back into the game, he says, as he sort of moves between the plaster wall ahead of you.
Audience. Right.
Well,
I
the
say,
audience
giving
that's
you
watching
a
us,
look.
Deeks.
Now,
Oh, sure. Okay.
it's very important. If we do find O'Shea down here, he's a dangerous criminal.
Okay, yes. Well, when he was a cat, he attacked my face, so I understand that. But now you're saying that he's something else.
It's possible that
And-
he's a mouse, yes.
Well, then, I mean, serves him right. Serves him right. Now he's a weak little mouse that is prey to cats. So...
Yes. But where I come from, if you assume a form that you don't like, it's commonplace to, well, if you have the fortitude for it, to take your life. Hoping for a better iteration next time. Now, there are some people who believe that doing so is going to lead you down a path of worse and worse iterations, but I know people who use that mechanism.
People who've used that mechanism care to, elasticate?
All right, I'll elasticate. I have a kind of rivalry, shall I say, with a coworker of mine, Xandar Brule.
Brule. Brule.
Well, that's her name. And she tends to, well, off herself, if I must put it so bluntly, in order to make herself most well suited for the job ahead, just so she can get any edge over me, it seems.
Okay, so she's got to do some task and she'll just kill herself until she finds the perfect body to accomplish that task?
Exactly.
And as you're talking, you're moving across the wooden sort of 2x4s that frame the Crimson Host. You're sort of following Prodi as he sort of waddles through this tight sort of section within the wall. On one side, you're sort of passing every once in a while the gaps, looking into the floorboards of the hallway upstairs. And you're sort of walking past large spider webs, and the columns between the walls go way up to a high ceiling in this sort of dim gray inside of the oh my god, what's it called?
Crimson Host. And Yondo is pointing this ray everywhere. So she looks at a spider and she's like, that's so bizarre. Just the spider. Okay, interesting. Oh, just a centipede. Okay. Huh.
Drywall.
So
I
I'm
was trying to say.
starting to see a little bit of a pattern here. I've been kind of observing your readings, and it seems that everything just has one life, which would seem to kind of refute that theory about, reincarnation. Right?
You're on such a delay, it's funny. You're talking, I can hear you normally, but your camera is moving really slow. It's weird.
Well, weird. There's something wrong with the technology.
And Prodi's turning around and is like, it's just this way. If we keep going, eventually we'll find the Palace of Mittens. Come. And he waddles happily ahead.
We're coming. Sheesh. Prodi. Yes.
And the spiders in this wall are the size of you almost, so they're pretty fucking freaky.
Stay back. Stay back.
But they're pretty high up for now, and you don't see them very often. In fact, for the most part, the sort of wall space is pretty dead as you're moving through. And Prodi sort of ducks under a nail that's sticking out of the wall, and then comes across this sort of tall, thin strand of rope that tends to go down. And he leans over this wall and he says, come on, this way! And he wraps his arms around and slides down this sort of rope.
Yondo athletically jumps onto the rope and slides down into the darkness. Shoo.
I hate this part. And Dex grabs onto it and kind of shimmies his way down, one bit at a time.
Perfect. And you do that. You start shimmying yourself down, and as you reach the bottom, you're in this bizarre room. It looks to be not as large as a regular sized room, but it's massive. It has these sort of bright twinkle lights illuminate this area. There's hardwood floor and walls built with cardboard boxes in which you see mice sit. You see all these cute little white mice almost everywhere. Some are a little older, some are a little larger, some are a little grayer. And boxes upon boxes upon boxes, some sort of scattered on top of each other, some sort of stacked neatly in corners, all fill this room. The twinkle lights sort of draped across the ceiling illuminate sort of this amber glow to the entire room. And mittens. Everywhere there are mittens, piles of mittens in the corner. You see tiny little mice playing in mittens. You see mice sort of running through the streets chasing each other's tails. You see mittens hanging from the walls, mittens hanging from the ceiling, and sort of back between these boxes it almost forms streets, and you see this pathway up to a large cardboard box sort of offset in the distance with sort of makeshift nibbled towers out of it, and it looks to be a castle. And Prodi turns to you and says, This is the Palace of Mittens. It's the place where all the mice king live. King Cuddlefuts lives up there, and I think, oh! And he turns, and this tiny little mouse with abnormally large eyes comes up to you and says, Hi! And he looks at you with his large droopy ears, and he says, Ah, yes, this is Peepers. Peepers, these are my friends. This is Yondo, and this is Dr. Dex Dalton, and this is my mouse friend Peepers. And Peepers turns to you and says, How's it going?
Hello, Peepers. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too. Yeah. Do you guys are kind of new here? You seem a little bit out of place. Not quite.
Yondo,
nice.
click, checks her gun readout.
And it comes back clear, and he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, don't shoot me."
Sorry, Peepers, you say. Yes, we are new here. Are there any other newbies here?
Well, I mean, there's always newbies coming and going. We're sort of the hotspot of the Crimson Host, if you know what I mean. Here, let's walk and talk. And Peepers starts walking down the city street, and what you see is sort of this hustle and bustle of this mousetropolis. Pause for laughter. There it is. And as you do, you see, little vendors sort of pushing their wares from inside the house. Prodi sort of like waddling. And Dex, as you're sort of searching through some of these stalls, you recognize a few trinkets that were taken from your bedroom. Small trinkets. Like, what were some of them?
Oh, there is a thumbtack that I sometimes would use to... if I needed to do like a blood seal or something, I would prick my finger and, use that. And so I was wondering where that went.
Oh.
There is a corner of a business card that just has the letter D on it. And I just cut that out because I liked it. It's my favorite letter. And then there's also the end of a paintbrush. A paintbrush that I used when I was just a boy, and it was something that I carried with me ever since my childhood. And I see it, and I'm like, oh my god! And it's like attached to the end of a broom, and like the lady in this shop is like, the lady in this shop is like using it to sweep.
And she's like,
Oh, I bought this. This isn't yours.
and she sort of
Bought
pulls
it from
back.
who? That belongs to me!
I bought it from Blinky. Blinky promised that he found it from someone else in the house, not you.
Blinky's a liar! He got it from me!
And Peepers comes up and he's like, hey, guys, it's okay. Margaret, are you all right? Is he harassing you? And she's like,
He was bothering me a little bit.
and he turns, he's like, hey, yo. And he turns to Prodi, he's like, Prodi, I thought you said these guys were cool. Oh, yes, Dix is very cool. And Yondo is very cool too. Hi, Yondo.
Yes, hello.
All right, well, okay, all right, fine. All right, you can have it. All
Let
right.
it go, man. You don't need it. You got, like, size on your side. Right, Margaret?
That's right.
All right, let's keep going. And he continues walking down the street, and this sort of mouse street. You see nibbled out sort of front windows all set off in cardboard. You see like cardboard stands and cardboard doors nibbled out that actually function like a city. You see cardboard carts, mice with like straps on their backs pulling around patrons. You see like two mice sitting in the back of this little cart that's made out of cardboard with cardboard wheels being pulled by a third mouse who's like giving them a tour, and he's like, yeah, if you look over there, you're gonna see Mouse Square, and you're gonna see, oh look, some foreigners. And like one of the mouse in the back like turns to you, and she's like, and she like points a small little eyeglass, like a piece of mirror, and like looks through it at you, and she's like, and like sits back down, and the mice continue on their little merry way. And there's like some shit in the street, and one mouse is like swooping it up, and the street is like hustling and bustling as you reach the square. And Peeper's like, all right, so sorry, you're looking for baby mice, young mice, newbies?
New to town, whether that's babies, baby mice, or strangers.
Yeah, or anybody acting strangely. I mean, maybe a normal citizen who's been taken on a weird
I'm picking
persona?
up what you're putting down. And he looks to Prodi and he's like, are you sure you can vouch for these people? And Prodi's like, yes, very much so. They're my best friends. Yondo's especially my best friend. Isn't that right, Yondo?
Prodi.
Oh, well, when did that happen? Anyways,
and he's like,
okay.
all right. Look, anyone new, whether they be born or passing through, they all go through the king. King Cuddlefuts. If you want to talk to him, he's up that road. Prodi, you know him well, but make sure you stay away from Queen Snuggleberg. She's not happy with you after what you pulled.
Yes, oh yes, I pulled her tail. All right, let's go.
And he starts walking. Thank you, Peepers. He's like, yeah. Just remember, stay frosty out there. Those rats are nearby. The king wants to wage a war on them, if you know what I mean. And he turns around and starts walking away.
Yes.
And you begin walking up the cardboard steps toward the king's house. And as you enter the large cardboard area before the king, you see a small little mouse sort of on his knees in front of the king. And he's saying,
Oh, good Sir King, I thank you so much for your gracious presents. Thank you for sparing my daughter's life.
and he stands up and begins sort of, limping out of the room as the king sort of turns to you and says,
Next.
This is us.
Marvelous. Shall I do the talking?
Yeah, you know the situation much better than I do. I'll just look tough in the background.
All right. Oh, that's a good tough face.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you
good.
very much.
Very
How
good.
can I help you?
Your Majesty.
Yes?
Yondo pulls an adequate curtsy. Thank you for having us in your realm. Lovely kingdom you have here. I have to ask. I'm here on urgent business. There's a murderer in your midst. A murderer cloaked, potentially as one of you, as a mouse. I need to know if you can help me find this murderer.
What makes you think there is a murderer amongst the mouse people?
I have intelligence that points me toward this conclusion, and also Prodi thinks it's possible.
Prodi? Prodi?
and he turns and Prodi's like, hello, king.
Prodi, you can't be here. If the queen comes in here, she's going to throw you out again, Prodi.
I'm sorry, king. I didn't mean to pull her tail. I thought he was a snake.
There's no snakes down here, Prodi. You know better.
And he turns back towards you.
If Prodi thinks that you might be right, I'm willing to consider.
Give me a charisma roll, which would be your
Intelligence.
Intellect.
If
And we're going
you
to say it is a standard.
not very good at intelligence, but I did roll an 11.
Success. And he sort of looks you up and down, and he looks towards Dex, and he looks towards Prodi.
All right, let's say I believe you. What do you need from us?
Well, King, I have a device that allows me to determine whether the creature I'm looking at is the murderer or not. I just need your permission and maybe a little bit of your guidance to be able to... Oh, how do I say this? I need to find mice who don't act like mice. Maybe creatures who are new.
And he looks with a perplexed look.
Funny you should say. It was not a short time ago that a mouse came towards me and knelt where you kneel. Something in my gut didn't trust he was earnest in his request to join my ranks. So in order to prove himself, I asked him to perform a mission for King Cuddlefuts and my campaign. You know the one, Prodi.
And Prodi sort of stands. Oh, yes. You hate the rats, right?
Yes, the rats are disgusting beasts with long snouts. They're vicious and cruel and they're stinky.
Oh, yes. Dix and I think they're very stinky. They're the ones that are always making the pots sing.
Right. I sent this Mr. Butterfly, he called himself, to scout the rat's kingdom and to report any findings to me. If he was to return with something proving this, he was known as worthy, but he has not returned.
And how long ago was this, King?
Yea, but a few hours. At
Well,
most.
we must go find him, I suppose.
Right. Dix, do you have what?
An idea?
Yondo, what if we find him? How do we stop him?
Well, if I was big, I would capture him. But I'm small now.
What if we kill him?
Well, then we're back to square one.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, well, I guess capturing is the only answer here. King, would you happen to have any big nets?
Nets. Oh. We do not have a big net, but we have long held on to a cherished item from one of the previous owners of this home, which we shall bequeath to you to help you in your quest. Bequeath.
Be what?
Bequeath. It's, you know, it's, Prodi, am I not saying that right?
I think it's bequeath.
Bequeath. Don't make fun of my speech impairment.
And his little mouse face starts like whimpering.
No, we're not making fun of you. No.
Dear King.
No. You reminded me of someone else by the name of Bequeath. And there's a really strange person out there named Bequeath.
I'm just laughing
give me a
because
really hard time.
I thought of a joke.
Yep. We're
Tell
laughing
me
for
the
totally
joke.
unrelated reasons.
If you can tell me the joke, perhaps I will give you this.
Yeah, tell him the joke. It's a really great joke.
Oh yes, Yonder, I love jokes too. Please.
Why was the turkey invited to the parade?
Why?
Because he brought his own drumsticks. And by parade I meant marching band. It's funnier that way.
Very funny.
Oh, that is funnier, yeah.
You have achieved making this old mouse laugh for the first time in
So-
my entire life.
I
20 years.
couldn't tell. Mouse King, what is this item? This item that was bequeathed.
Bring out The handkerchief.
And two mice sort of like drag out this large handkerchief with an insignia in red lettering in the corner that says BJ. And they fold it up over top of each other, and it's got three little crosses sort of scored into the corner of it, almost like three lowercase t's in sort of a pyramid or a square shape, and they fold it over till it's about this big, and they flap it over and hand it to you, and Prodi grows a little bigger and picks it up.
I've got it.
Oh, that will do nicely, I think. At least until we can get something more secure.
Good. Okay. So we got the trap. We've got joke. Let's go find a rat. Person.
Yes.
Mouse.
Yes, unless you want some milk or something, I could go for a milk. I would figure.
King, do you have any milk?
No.
Oh, sorry, Prodi, I tried. Okay, well, which way to the Rat Kingdom? We want to capture this heathen.
The Rat Kingdom. Follow the sound of rattling bones until you reach an empty home. Beyond the home lies a springy sea. Beyond the sea, broken dreams. Beyond that, you'll find the Rat Kingdom.
Okay,
Prodi,
thank you very much.
Prodi, do you know what that means?
No, not really, but that's all right. Let's go.
And he picks up his thing and starts walking.
Follow the sound of rattling bones till you find yourself in a home.
And
Where's the rest
Yondo's
of it?
clicking the device all the way while
The
as
crying
we're passing
sea.
crowds.
And as you walk
And then a
down,
field of
so you start
dreams.
walking down, and you're sort of near the fountain of this place, which is just an old ashtray, filled with sort of standing water. And Prodi sort of leans on it, and he's like,
Where do you suppose we go, Dex?
Well, we have to follow the sound. It's Dex, by the way. We have to follow the sound
That's
of
what I said,
rattling
Dex.
bones. So
Do you
everybody
hear
stop.
anything?
Listen.
everyone
You
give me
smell
a listen roll.
Listen roll.
Listen.
Is that a skill?
Know a secret? Yeah, let's call it intellect.
I rolled a 13.
Lucky girl. It was difficult, which means you needed a 12 or higher, and you succeeded.
What did you get? Dex Dalton?
Dex.
Dr. Dex Dalton.
Nope, that's wrong. I got a 10.
You
Ooh.
didn't succeed.
So, Yondo, you hear something. It sounds like clinking, but it doesn't sound like necessarily bones. And as you turn, you see one of the many alleyways that leads off into between the dry walls of the house. It looks to be suspended wooden wind chimes.
Dex, do you think that those could be the bones? Look, follow the sound of rattling bones?
Well, they definitely aren't bones. They
But
look more like pieces of wood to me.
but these mice use all kinds of strange things for different uses. I wonder if maybe I think they're bones. Or maybe it's a riddle.
That could be.
Do you think it's
Yeah.
a riddle?
Yeah, I think it's a riddle. Why don't we try that way? Worst comes to worst, we just kick back, relax, and yeah, let's try it. Let's try it.
Let's do it.
So
Coming,
you
Prodi.
Yes.
and you start moving through the wall, and as you do, you notice that the wind chimes are sort of in the wall as well, and above you are all these sort of large pieces of wood tied together that sort of clink softly as you move through the wall.
Do you think this was some sort of security system at one point? Something protecting?
Maybe.
Like
That's-
defense against the rats.
No, they look dusty, almost like someone who was in the house before. Dix, I don't know if I told you this, but before you arrived, I was in this house for 20 years. It's been a long time.
and I've met a lot of people in here. I don't remember them all, but there was one bloke who was real tall and had muscles, and there was one guy who had little tiny arms, and there was one guy who decided he didn't want to be friends with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that have to do with these wind chimes?
Yeah.
Good story, Prodi.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's keep on moving. And you know what? I'm just going to take a look around. I'm just going to make sure that this isn't some sort of trap that we're stepping into. I mean, caution before awesome. Am I right?
I've never heard that saying, but it's very apt.
I'm always awesome.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to start walking around here.
I am going to give you a GM
start
intrusion.
banging on things here.
As a GM intrusion, I am going to say that you come across a mysterious looking hole in what looks to be like a ball of cotton.
A hole in a ball of cotton, like a donut.
Basically.
Donut of cotton. Okay. Well, I found this cotton hole donut. Should I jump through it? Is it big enough to jump through, or is it just like a little...
Yeah, it's big enough to climb into.
This might be the way. Yeah, I accept that GM intrusion.
And as you start moving in, roll a dodge.
All right. Ooh, I got a 12.
Lucky bugger. Man,
Just
you guys
enough.
are rolling well. Just as you lean back, a spider, a large, what are they called? Not a barrel spider.
Daddy long legs.
No, the ones that have those
Wolf
holes.
spider.
Mm-hmm.
I
Tarantula.
can't remember the name of it, but jumps out and snaps at you, as spiders do.
With its dagger.
But it also talked. It's like, get out of my home. And he like comes back and he like has his little spider legs and he's like, you want to go? I'm gonna fight you. You want to go?
Funnel?
Bring it on.
Funnel?
Funnel.
spider?
Thank
spider?
you. That's it. Yeah, funnel spider. He's like,
Does he have dentures?
Yeah, he does.
Whoa. Sorry. I thought this was the way to the bones.
Fuck you.
Home. To the home. We'll find ourselves inside a home. Oh, wait. This is the home. Sorry. We didn't mean to disturb you, Mr.
And his like
Spider.
long legs kind of go back inside. He's like, and you just hear like the echo. He's like, fuck you.
Very rude spider.
I don't think I got him on the gun.
I don't think it's him. I think that if it was him...
Do we need to go in?
No, I don't think so. I think this is just a detour. I think if we keep going this way...
The space between the walls tends to drop off a little bit, and there are like single boards, but they're thin. They're boards for you, but they're much, much smaller in full size. Sort of like stretch across these long chasms within the wall that seem to lead down into the belly of the building. And you sort of each sort of navigate along them. And as you do, you come to the side, the far side of it, and there in the wall is a small red door.
Oh, this is sized just for us.
Perfect.
It's very welcoming.
Well, we should knock, because that's the polite thing to do.
And the voice says, "Who's there?"
Oh, hi. There's three of us out here. Myself, Dr. Dalton, and this is Yondo, and then there's Prodi. Behind. Say hello, Prodi.
Hello.
Yeah. We're just passing through. We're heading to the Crying Sea. Is it the Crying Sea? Is that what he said?
I can't hardly remember.
I think he said the Sea of Broken Dreams or something.
Is it the Sea of Broken Dreams? What was before that
Sea
then?
of Springs.
Sea of Springs. Sea of Springs. Yeah. So we're just heading to the Sea of Springs. You wouldn't happen to know where that is, would you?
And the door is stoic.
Try to open it.
Just gonna knock one more time. They might not have heard us.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Banana. 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 Orange. Shit.
Wait,
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
I think you have to knock again.
Who's there?
Or banana.
Banana who? Hello? Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who? 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 Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
And the door stays for a moment. And then, splitting in the splintered wood, a mouth breaks out and just starts laughing. And the door opens completely.
That was
Well, that was fun.
that was amazing. How
Prodi,
did you
we
do
gotta
that?
get doors like
Very
this installed on the house.
Yes, there's many
complicated
doors like that. The baby door's like that too. And he walks in and like comes through. Most doors just want a good joke.
Oh, wow. Isn't that something?
And as you enter the next
Well, Yondo,
room,
you take the next one.
All right.
your eyes sort of adjust to the darkness, and you see that you are sort of on a shelf in a large empty room with spotlight shining down on what you can certainly barely make out. And as you squint in the darkness, you see that these lights are sort of illuminating this thin fabric, almost floor beneath you that you sort of need to crawl down from this shelf on.
Okay. Let's start crawling down.
I crawl.
And as you crawl down, you sort of step on softer ground and eventually slide sort of down more to the base as these lights continue illuminating. And you're now standing on this sort of like springy floor that seems to stretch on to the far side of it. Sort of goes on for a good distance, and then it seems to go up a little more again.
Oh.
This is the Sea of Springs.
This is the Sea of Springs. High five, Yondo.
Woo! Up top.
High five, Yonder. High fives.
Yep, yep. High fives all around. Okay.
And as you
so,
do, your hands get stuck to him.
Ah,
Oh, Prodi, can you turn off your hormones?
what is this? Ugh.
I know.
my penis.
It's reproductive. It's like a spore.
We're gonna have babies.
We're not gonna have babies.
no,
This
we're not.
doesn't work like that. Okay, all right. So
it does. I have a room I send them. I'll show you later.
we've high fived like 20 times and that's happened.
With so many babies, they taste so
Oh my god. I guess okay, no, I'm not gonna get into this now. We gotta find the Rat King. Okay, so this is the Sea of Springs.
And then what?
What do you do on something springy? I mean, like a mattress, or like a mattress. What do you do on a mattress?
fart.
You shoot it in case it's an enemy.
Yes. And
Okay,
fart.
interesting answers, both of you, but no. You jump on it. You jump on a mattress
Why?
because it's fun. Get this, and I jump down on the floor.
And yeah, you bounce real high. And as you sort of look down, you see that you're sort of on like a couch without its cushions. And you land back down on the springs again and boing, bounce up. Do you bounce as well,
I thought of another thing that has springs. Chesterfields.
Yeah, as Dex is coming down one time, he like passes Yondo on her way up, and she's like, "Woohoo! Fuck yeah!" Boing.
And Prodi's like, yee, I am involved, yee, and he's like jumping up and he's like jumping down, and the three of you are like bouncing these tiny little things on this cushion, and then you realize that a few of the spring circles are worn a little bit. Give me each a speed roll, and you are all trying to defeat a difficult, which is a 12, which means if you want to use effort to lower it, you're welcome to.
I am going to use effort. So I'm coming back down and I see him going towards one of these springs and I go, whoa, 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 whoa. And I try to like swim in the air out of the way. So that's the effort.
Perfect.
So I am going to use
1 tier?
1 tier, yeah.
Perfect. So you need to beat a 9. Joe, you still need to be a 12 unless you're lowering it.
Yeah, I'll lower it.
Ooh.
What is edge?
Edge is how many times you can lower it, and effort is by how much.
No.
Oh, sorry.
So edge is yeah, so like how much it costs. How much of a deduction you get on the cost of lowering.
Okay. So if because I have an edge of 1, I can lower it by 3 for a cost of 2.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm going to do that.
So Dex did not succeed.
3. I failed, yeah.
I'm going to succeed.
My air swimming didn't work.
No.
Oh, no.
You failed too. Oh no.
For sake
Even
of...
though we expended all of our...
Is this the end of Dr. Dex Dalton and his intrepid daring deed team?
In Prodi,
find out after the break.
There is no break. And as we all come down, we all land center
I'm involved.
in 3 holes. And we all rip straight through the Chesterfield and sort of rip on these things as we're sliding down into the Chesterfield, and then smash straight through the bottom. Everyone roll 1d6 damage.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh no.
I don't like that. 4.
Oof, I got a 6.
Whoa.
Alright.
Meh.
That's a nice face. And as you each hit the floor beneath the Chesterfield. Ooh. 6 jumping is bad idea.
Well, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it was. All right, let's go.
Oh, okay. All right, where are we? We're
And
under
as
the
we
couch.
look around, you see that we're under the Chesterfield now. And there's a figure staring at us. It's dark, and you can barely make out its shape. The only light is the light that was shining on the couch from the far distance, and it's illuminating the silhouette of this creature. And you see almost these yellow eyes without pupils staring at you in squints. What are you doing down here?
We're looking for the land of broken dreams. Would you happen to know where we could find it?
Would I happen to know? You hear the voice. It's gruff and angry. And the 3 of us stand sort of underneath this light in each of our holes, and we sort of slowly walk towards each other under Dex's hole, the light shining through and casting, and this creature standing just on the cusp of this light as it sort of hunches forward. Do I know where the land of broken dreams is? Oh, why should I tell you, kid? You hear the voice grumble out.
Because I'm not doing it for myself. I'm trying to help somebody else. Yondo, you take this one.
Yondo points the gadget at him. Chink.
And it comes back. It comes back 53 lives.
Ooh.
But all the same creature. It all says Dust Bunny. And as the light shines on it, you see this really dusty rabbit. Its ears are sort of over, but like almost like fluff, and its eyes are yellow, and its little maw has all these like little wisps of dust, and it sort of looks at you. It's kind of got like a scar inside. It's like, listen here, kids, you don't want the land of broken dreams. There's nothing for you there. And he sort of turns to hop away a little bit.
Wait. Before you go, how long have you been down here?
Longer than you know, kid.
Well, before you go, I mean,
For a long time.
I think you might be able to help us, but we're gonna help you too, because you don't seem very happy, if I'm quite honest. Right, Prodi?
No, you don't, Dust Bunny. You don't seem happy at all. Do you need a brush? I'll brush you, Bunny.
No, Prodi, don't brush him. Don't brush him. That's a bad idea. Hey, listen. Hey, Yondo. You see any dust lying around?
Everything here is dusty.
Okay, all right. Grab a bunch of dust.
Listen, there's nothing you can do to help me.
Oh, well, just
he sort of favors his paw a little bit as he limps away. Sort of pulls it up under him.
Starts making like a snowman, basically, of snow, of dust.
Right. And as soon as you, and I'm like, Dex is waiting patiently as you make this snowman, and finally you finish, you put the nose on, and I grab the nose carrot, and I say, wait! And I run with this dust carrot over to the dust bunny.
I always carry a carrot with me.
And he turns to you, he's like, oh.
Maybe I'm completely wrong here. Maybe I'm absolutely crazy. But when I thought about you and your predicament and where you are and how long you've been here, I thought, well, what could a dust bunny want? What would make a dust bunny happy? And I thought, maybe, just maybe, you would want a dust carrot. So.
And as your eyes meet the eyes of the dust bunny, Prodi stands next to you and goes, do you want me to take that broken glass out of your paw? And he looks down and you see the bunny's got like this dried broken glass out of his paw. And the bunny's like, can you do that? He's like, yeah. And he reaches down and pulls the glass out and the bunny's like, oh, thank God. I've been waiting for so long to get that out of me. And then you're like still standing there with the carrot a little bit.
Yeah. So
Yondo's like in the background, like kind of mostly covered in dust. Just like, did it work?
Yes, it did, Yondo. Not in the way I was expecting, but it worked.
See your broken dreams, you say?
Yeah. Well, is it the Sea of Broken Dreams? Is it the Sea of Broken Dreams or the Land of Broken Dreams?
Thought it was the valley.
Well,
the valley?
The valley, the land, and the sea, and they all connect.
Oh, okay.
Come on this way. And he turns and starts walking fully now out of the underside of this Chesterfield. And as the three of you follow, you realize that this room is sort of an old, dusty waiting room somewhere within the Crimson Host. And you make a mental note to return there because there seem to be some secrets. There's a picture on the wall of a group of people all standing around, one toasting the front of it. And they all look to be in 1920s garb. A few of them look very concerned. And the names Henry McFarland, Jarrett Coombs, Edward Mason, and Frank Underhill are all signed at the bottom of the picture. And it says 1925 and a heart around it. And there seems to be a woman standing in the corner, sort of like gesturing to them. And as you're walking out of the room, the bunny sort of hops over to a small passageway. He's like, this way. And he sort of goes to the corner and holds this little door open. He says, climb down, but be careful. The land of broken dreams is where I got this. Good luck.
Oh.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Dust Bunny.
Yes, thank you.
The name's Dusty.
Of course it is.
And Prodi walks in, he's like, bye, bunny! And he walks in and he starts climbing down, and you follow. And as you reach the bottom level, you are greeted with a dirt floor. And turning around, a single lone Edison bulb shines, showing you the dusty remains of what was once a wine cellar. But broken bottles cover the floor. Each bottle, you see the label saying, Dream Wine.
Dream wine?
Yeah.
Dream wine. Wait, it's a wine bottle?
Yeah, but they're all broken all over the floor.
Oh. Okay.
This
Well, it's a
must
good thing I wore
be
my combat boots.
the sea. Looks impassable.
Well, unless you've got combat boots. Oh, wait. How big are these pieces of glass? They're
Pretty
probably
big.
much bigger than we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Oh!
is there?
Oh! Oh, my God! Oh! Oh, okay. Where do you think we're supposed to go? What do you think? Yeah, is there, like, a direction?
I'm not sure. I could shoot the glass.
No, 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 no. I got this one. I just gotta, I start, like, pulling out some, like, old, dusty pages from my front breast pocket. Okay, all right, yeah, so I got something here. You have to stay completely still, and this should work. Now, I think that's probably the direction. Can I kind of gauge where we're
Yeah.
supposed to go?
There's
Yeah?
there seems to be sort of a flow to the place, yeah.
Okay, all right, so I'm going to need you to climb up above the highest piece of glass. Can you do that? Like,
And Prodi, like, grows. And he's, like,
no,
standing.
no, no. Oh. Yeah, Prodi, I guess you could just destroy the glass, eh? Are you bigger?
If you'd like me to, I can carry you over.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I won't worry about this thing. Let's do
What
that.
were you going to do?
Oh, just a little trick up my sleeve, you know. A little something or other, but whoop.
Prodi, we
Save
can
that
still
one
do
for
it.
later.
I didn't mean to. Did I mess up? I'm sorry. And he shrinks back
No!
down.
No, 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 no,
I
Prodi, Prodi,
forgot.
don't shrink.
No, I did it.
Prodi, that was gonna work. That was gonna be great.
It's
We were
okay.
gonna get.
Let's go with your idea.
Yeah, well, it might not work though. I'm
Prodi-
thinking maybe
Prodi,
it might
I
work.
think-
I don't know.
I think your way's the fastest.
No, it's not my name on the title card.
What do you keep talking about?
You'll see.
Okay. All right.
It's
Well.
about your Weird kids.
Okay.
Yes.
Yondo?
Oh.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna try it. Okay. So Yondo, go up the ladder thing that we just climbed down. Just
Yes.
a little bit, so that you're higher than the highest shred of glass.
Okay, I can do that. Yes.
Great.
Now what?
Okay. So I need you to stay completely still. All right. And I'm going to
Doing it.
do a little bit of casting. Okay. Boogly boogly. Wishity boop. Bobbly slobbedo.
Dix, are you having a stroke?
No, I'm concentrating. Okay. Here we go. Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna cast Levitate Creature. Levitate spell. But I cannot actually find the actual stat for it. You're doing a great job, Yondo. And I know I've got the information here somewhere, but I'm just going to roll my intellect and hope that it works. So I'm going to use effort on this. I'm using it on Yondo.
Sure.
I'm using effort too.
I'm using effort too.
So as long as you stay still, you should be fine. So this is intellect. This is going to bring me down to
Don't bring me down.
15.
Don't bring me
Okay, so I lowered it one tier, and I got an 8.
All right. Should we just find the spell real quick? What's it called?
Levitate Creature.
Levitate creature.
Levitate Creature.
It's a spell?
Yeah. Levitation. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm flying.
Yeah, let's just say it works, because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
My
I think
arms
it's
hurt too
pretty
much
easy
to keep them up
make
for any
happen.
longer.
So
Sure,
all
why
I
don't
have
you
to
tell us
do.
what happens and then make it work?
Okay, so I start saying all of this nonsense that doesn't actually do anything for the spell. And energy leaves my body, and you start to float in the air, but you're just like completely still. And then I climb up the ladder, and I kind of gauge where you're supposed to be going, which way we're supposed to go. And then I grab onto your leg and I pull you forward and I bring you back, and you're just kind of like hovering in the air as I'm doing this
Like a
on like
balloon.
the same plane. Yeah. And then I kind of just shove you forward along the same plane, and you're completely still moving above all of the glass towards where we're supposed to go.
So cool.
Nice.
Okay, Prodi, you want to be next?
Yes. And he does.
All
the same
right,
thing
come
when
on
he
up here.
climbs up.
Okay, here we go. Oh, actually, I need someone to push me. Tell you what, why don't you grow?
Yes.
And then you can just push me while I levitate over to the other side.
Yes, please. And he stands up.
Okay, all right, here we go. I'm gonna cast it on myself. Okay, no problem at all. That's a 15. All right,
And
push
he
me.
pushes you and like walks alongside you. He's like,
Woo!
and then he catches you. You did it, Dix. And then he shrinks back down.
Thank you, Prodi. Thank you. Yes, I've been waiting on that one for a while. You know, I've been wanting to use that one.
That was amazing.
It was so necessary too.
Oh, please continue.
I've
so
never
handsome.
levitated before.
Oh, yes.
It's just
Okay.
wonderful.
You make a great father.
Broken dreams. I guess it's just the wine glasses, eh? Or bottles, rather.
So.
Oh, okay, so that was it. We should be in the Rat Kingdom by now, shouldn't we?
Yes. And as we move past a set of small open crates, there is sort of a hole carved in the door leading to the next room. And there we see the entrance to the Rat Kingdom. The smell hits us first. It's this decrepit sort of falling apart billiard room. There are large pool cues sort of leaned over leading up to this billiard table as we sort of climb up and are revealed to see this decrepit, almost like shanty town made of moldy blankets and the crates from the next room and broken bottles. And you see red eyes glowing from the darkest corners. Dix, I don't know. I'm a bit scared, to be honest.
It's okay. They're just rats.
Don't worry, Prodi. I'll take care of you.
Thank you, Yundo. And he like shrinks down even smaller and goes into your pocket. I'm tiny, Prodi. As you begin moving towards the rats, you sort of see them sort of slink back, and you see one come out. Ooh, what's all this then?
Have you seen a mouse?
Mousies. This is not a place for mouses, love.
Of course not. But have you seen one?
Boys, why don't you come out here for a second? And all the rats sort of slink out of the darkness. Won't we bring her to the man in charge? I'm right here. Oh, there he is. He's right there. Smelly Rufus, what do you think? You think we seen anybody? And Smelly Rufus is like, yeah, there was like a little mouse here for like a minute or so.
What happened to him? Where did he go? Is he still here?
Well, to be honest, he was more talking to Tardily Bing over there. You can talk to him.
Toddly Bing?
Tardily Bing, yeah, he's over there. Go talk to him. And in the corner, you see a spider sort of crouching down. It's actually very similar. Why doesn't someone give me an intellect roll?
Sure.
I will also try.
You do the intellect roll. I'm gawping.
I'm not good at
Dropping?
intellect. 12.
Success! You recognize the spider. This is the first spider you scanned.
Mm-hmm.
And as you turn to it, it sort of the rat sort of slink away, and the spider lands and crawls across the floor and says, "Yeah, I was speaking to your mouse friend. Funny, when you guys were moving through the halls upstairs, I thought something was odd about you. I saw that same mouse in those walls. Thought maybe he'd be used to hearing a little bit of information from you guys. I told him all about how you were hunting him. Told him all about how you shrunk down. Told him all about the Crimson Host.
And why did you do that?
Oh, he
You're the
paid
worst.
me handsomely for it. Let me just tell you.
Paid you in what? What does a spider want?
Oh, believe me, there were plenty of little mice to be picked off that he helped lure away from the kingdom. But he did seem to be a bit of a prick, so I figured I'd tell you. He's on his way back up right now to use your growing machine. He wants out of that body. And he mentioned he wants off of this rock.
I'm sure he does.
Well, we can get him off this rock.
Ooh.
Just the same way we... What? What,
We
Prodi?
need to go quick. If he's growing big, he's going to be a giant mouse. And then we won't be able to kill him. Or could we?
That's a good point, Prodi. All right, how do we get back quickly?
Well, there's a few shortcuts, love. If you're looking for a way off of this, you can always go through the underground.
Okay, where's that? It's
Well-
time crunch, time crunch.
Right. Okay, go through that door, and there's a ladder on the far side of it, and if you take that up, you'll be in the library through a secret hatch. Take your time if you want. And Prodi turns and says,
The library? That's where I live, Dix. Let's go.
Oh! Right! Let's go!
and they start running, the three of them. They start running across the floor, through the billiard room, and into a large, beautiful room filled with many suits of armor. Some of these suits of armor are medieval, some of them seem Asian in culture, some of them seem foreign in the future, space armor, some of them are purple glowing crystal type armor, and eventually they reach a set of spiral stairs and a ladder reaching up to the top. Scurrying all the way up, they reach the main floor as the three mini people start moving out of the library into the hallway towards the room for the growy Shrinky Dinky, which is the second phase of the Shrinky Dinky, the growy. Just as you reach the edge of the door, you see a mouse standing on the pad with a large rope drawn to the puller belter thinger, and he looks at you, straight at you, Yondo, and he says, "Right, it's about fucking time you found me, love. Well, guess what? Too little. Huh? Too late." And he pulls it as the light fills him and the mouse grows to human size as this giant sort of gray baby mouse stands hulking in the center of the room.
And Yondo's got the gadget pointed at O'Shea. She's like, "Look, Dex, look."
Yep, I kind of assumed. That was the guy.
All these different iterations. She's like, "We have to stop him."
Okay. How?
Yes, how?
We gotta get large. Look out! As a
Yeah, as the tail
Somersaults.
sweeps across you, everyone roll dexterity. So speed roll.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
17.
Oh, good job.
Shit. I'm getting low. 14.
Oh, lucky. Yeah, so he swipes by and the two of you jump, and Prodi is just kind of like, "Ooh, no." And he like gets pulled a little bit.
Prodi, you're a shapeshifter.
Yes.
Turn into something that's big enough to cover him and pin him down.
Okay.
And Prodi grows and grows and grows as the mouse's eyes sort of become scared. and Prodi grows into a giant manta ray and flops down on him.
And Yano and Dex are also
Dix, I
sort of
need
like
water.
squished underneath his big wings.
Dix, I need water. I picked a bad animal.
Okay, all right.
Prodi!
Pull out my water bottle, and I start just like splashing it on him.
It's not enough.
I know. We gotta get out. You gotta transform into something slightly smaller, dude.
Okay.
And he starts shrinking.
Okay. All right. We gotta get large, Yondo. Get onto the machine.
I'm running, but it's gonna take me a minute to get there.
You can do it.
As the two of you are like running towards the machine, you see Prodi like has shrunken down to like he's like a snake. I don't know why he's animals because he can be anything, but he's like wrapped around the neck of the mouse, like sort of just dancing with him. He's like, "Hello, hello," and he's like just like talking to the mouse as he's like being distracted while the two of you are running into position. And sorry, Dex, you're running to the pad, and Yondo, you're running to the thing.
Yondo's running to the like transforming area.
Yeah.
And Dex is gonna run like he's gonna try to climb up that rope that the mouse had,
Which is there. Yeah.
on
definitely.
the lever.
Perfect.
The lever.
Yeah.
And so Yondo makes it. It takes her maybe like 20 seconds, 30 seconds of running. She's sprinting across the room and makes it onto the pad of the grower belter fire or whatever. It's like,
Shrinky dink.
Dex!
Just as Dex.
I'm ready!
Okay, you're gonna have to take him out. Here we go. And I'm waiting for the lever to like pull back up because it's still kind of like reloading from last time. And then when it gets to the top, I go, here goes nothing. And I'm going to use move things with your mind.
Perfect.
And so I get a might pool of 10 with a might edge of 1 and effort of 2. And I'm going to lower it. I'm going to use effort to try and bring the tier down.
Let's do it. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I thought it would be. So this should go down to it'll go down 2 levels.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So you need 6 or above.
Come on. 19!
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Succeed. And wham! Yonda, you feel the light flowing over you as you grow to see Prodi, who's now taken the form of a literal wet blanket. He's like on top of the mouse, and the mouse is like, and he pulls it down just as he turns around to see you at like eye level, this mouse, and he's like, well, look who's got her gun.
And Yondo just punches him in the face.
Perfect. Give me a might roll. And you have a few skills, don't you?
Yes, I have no need for weapons.
Perfect.
So my unarmored attack, I'm going to use it as a medium weapon.
Amazing.
And I'm also going to lower the difficulty of this.
Fantastic.
Here I go.
Here I go. Oh,
17.
okay. That is a fantastic.
Nice.
So Yondo just like grows and stands up to her full human height off of the pad of this grower shrinker machine, and her white suit jacket like spins open as she like turns around, and just her fist connects with this giant mouse's snout, and like whiskers go get bent, and like mouse saliva flies out the side.
It definitely does. And not only that, because you rolled a 17, anything in this game 17 or higher has a bonus. So 17 does an additional point of damage.
Amazing.
And because you attacked with a medium weapon, I believe, I'm trying to find the medium weapon stats, but I believe it's, do you remember, Justin? I think
Nope,
it's 1d6
I don't remember.
or something. I know that medium weapons, oh, here they are. Just do like a flat.
Is
Yeah, so that's 3, 6. Oh, it's 6 points of damage. Or wait, no, it's 1, 3, and 6. So medium is 3 points, I think.
so I did 4 because medium weapon, and then I did the 1 extra point of damage.
Amazing.
Perfect.
And this is, I don't know if I can choose, but like non-lethal damage. She's trying to knock him out.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, totally. And you land a pretty fucking devastating blow to him. I'm gonna say he's like knocked down. He's prone.
Okay.
And his attacks are sort of non-existent anyway because he's a fucking mouse. But he's not out. He's just down. And Justin, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to use exception, which is a spell. But I think that might. Can I do it non-lethal?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay,
for this game, we'll let anything happen non-lethal. That's totally fine.
Yeah, so it has something to do with the fabric of reality and making him kind of lose his
Medium
mind
is
a little
4
bit.
points of damage. Sorry.
4 points.
Yeah. So 5.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just kind of make him go crazy a little bit using this exception skill. I know that's not exactly how it works, but I don't have time to pull up the stat book. So
That's okay.
I'm going to use an effort to lower it 1 tier. And 2.
No.
Can I use XP
Do you have
to
XP?
reroll? Yeah, I've
You
got
want
3 XP.
community
apparently.
You shouldn't have any XP, but we can see if the community wants to donate some XP.
Whoa. I had 3 XP from the Strange campaign still left over.
Yeah, no, this has been a long time since then.
Yeah, but you'd think I would have leveled up by then too, right?
You'd think so, but you lost everything when you went to prison, including your XP. They took it all from you.
He's been storing it though for a rainy day.
I'll say you get an XP, but you're back at 0 anyway. Sure, give me a reroll.
All right, 1 sec.
Watch you get some one.
Oh, brutally.
So you try, unfortunately, and you zap this, but it just doesn't seem to. His mind is too strong. He's too old, and he's like, "Oh no, fuck that!" And he stands up and he pulls the wet blanket off, and he's like, "My turn, love." And he reels back with his little mouse paw, and he like, I'm not even gonna make you roll because he forgets that he's a mouse, and he's like, "Oh,
That's awesome.
Damn!" Because it's a fucking mouse. And yeah, you have a pretty clear shot and a badass finishing line in front of you, Yondo.
Nice to see you again, O'Shea. You look a little hairy. Ha! I'm not very smart. And she punches him again.
Give me a roll.
I thought it was great.
Thank you, Dex.
That was the Mouse King?
Thank you.
Oh,
No problem.
That's only an 8.
that's okay. Because he's standing in front of you, he missed you, and he's bloodied, and he took his turn standing up. That's why he missed you, and I'm going to give him a standard, which is 6, so 8 hits. So you hit him
Amazing.
with a medium, that's 4, and then knocks him down again. And this time, he is down for the count.
So she gets out this pair of, it's like handcuffs, but they're like made of this very thin material, and it's kind of this like glowing purple light. And as she kneels down over O'Shea the mouse to lock him up, she's like, Prodi, you should go grow Dr. Dex again. I'm busy, just for a moment.
Yes. And he walks over and grows Dr. Dex. As
You have to use the troll setting again?
Yes, I did. It's my favorite setting.
I
It's so
hate
fun.
these tusks. Okay. All right. Where's the mousey? Come on.
Dead. Look, he's dead.
What? You killed him?
No, I just incapacitated him. These handcuffs will keep him from dying while he's in my custody.
Well, that's good. Prodi, why is it that you're able to say dead, but you're not able to say Dex?
I said did. Dix. It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. I heard dead. Fair enough. All right. Well, you put those restraints on him. You get him back to where you need to go. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yondo, Dex, and Prodi stand in the front hall of the Crimson Host, the portal whirring softly behind her as she stands with the large mouse version of O'Shea in cuffs.
It's so nice of you to have come here, Yondo. Will we ever meet you again?
We'll see. Depends if a criminal comes through a portal again and we end up in this gorgeous manor house.
Well,
I'd like to.
If you ever want to, Dix, give her a card.
Oh, yeah.
Dix invented these cards that will bring anyone that's visited back here should we ever want to hang out again. So all you need to do is touch the card and we'll open a portal to wherever you are.
That's exactly it. So this
How
is
do I
the card.
take the card without touching the card?
No,
Oh,
you
it's all about intention. I've
Oh.
programmed in the intention and the emotional response, kind of like a mood ring sort of thing. It needs to sense that you need help. So this is it. Dr. Dex Dalton and Prodi's helpful deed services.
Well, thank you
very
very
good.
much. And it is as it says on the card. You were a huge help. I can't thank you enough for this sack of shit murderer. My boss will be very pleased. And if I do see you again, you might not see me.
Very good. I hope you become a lizard person, because I am lonely. Goodbye.
And he reaches out and hugs you, sort of wet and deeply, and stands.
Ugh. Goodbye, Prodi.
Yeah. Very nice to meet you, Yondo.
Thank
Sure, our
you.
paths will
Doctor.
cross again.
And she headlocks the mouse and somersaults through the portal.
And as the portal closes, a single drop of sand appears in the hourglass and floats down softly, adding to the 8th full sand time glass hourglass that already exists on the table. Just as you hear the two wasps outside. Hey, Dex, come outside, you fucking pansy! And we're gonna end there! Ladies and gentlemen, that was The Daring Deeds of Dr. Dex Dalton. I hope you had fun.
That was so fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I should have kept track of the accents that you did.
I did a lot.
You did a lot. Yeah, you
Very
did
many.
Scottish. You did East London. You did New Zealand. You did, that one. You did the Mouse King.
Some rat.
That laugh was great, by the way. That
Very.
totally.
Thank
forced.
you. That was a lot of fun.
Great.
How'd you like the whole second half of that game? Because I made it up on the fly.
Oh, it's fantastic! It was fantastic.
Do you
Oh, wow.
especially like that rhyming riddle that I made up that I thought of?
I was wondering
and then
if that was
added
improv.
everything as we came along.
You're like, okay, broken sea, broken glass, broken dreams. Well, how am I going to break something?
I didn't even
What's
write
the-
that. That literally, I was like, past the thing of broken bones, a door that doesn't call a home, and something. All that was on the fly as I was thinking about what the fuck I could add in the game to make that all come to fruition.
I loved the
Well
joke
done.
door.
Wasn't that great?
I loved the couch.
Joker was awesome. Yeah.
I will give credit that the joke door I had no intention of using tonight, but I had read it like years ago on Reddit that someone had used that in a dungeon, and I always sort of kept that in the back of my mind to throw in, and perfect scene to throw it in because literally until you knocked on that door, I didn't know what was going to happen. You're like knock knock, and then you said it. You're like knock knock, and I'm like, oh, it's the joke door. Like, that's how quick I was like, fuck, I gotta think of something. We'll just do it that.
That's awesome.
It was
That's
a lot
funny.
of fun.
It's funny. There was actually a lot of like little tie-ins. I don't think it was like intentional references, but I got vibes from the Nutcracker.
Yeah, that was intentional.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
And then I also got vibes from Alice in Wonderland, obviously.
Yes, with the shrinking. I also threw in. There's also a lot of connections to bigger games.
Shrinking
Yes,
away.
yes, there were.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you
little
had
bat.
so much fun. Let's do the endgame post.
Endgame.
Endgame. It's been a quiet
End
night tonight.
game.
Not many people
End
watching.
game.
That's okay.
It's a holiday for all the miracles.
Miracles.
I
in-laws are in town.
liked when Paul told us, my daughter's teacher asked for recipes for their favorite Thanksgiving dishes. My daughter wrote about mashed potatoes. Nearly all the kids had a pretty good idea about cooking. No exception for my kid, but she did add this line to add some humor to it. When cooked, take out potatoes, then crush them like you would your enemies with the potato crusher.
That's good.
Season to taste, add cream cheese. My little girl is a slice of awesome.
That is pretty
That's
sweet.
cute.
And a
I
father
liked it.
talking about his daughter is always a point of support. However, I think we should give it to 2 people tonight. I think Paul
Let's
should
do
win.
it.
But I also think we should give Jacob Watterson and his new baby a...
This XP's for your baby, Jacob.
You say
It's not for you. It's not for your girlfriend.
No.
This is for your baby.
9.5 weeks. So you wait another... How many? It takes 64 months?
31 more weeks.
64 months to make a baby, right? Okay. In 64 months, then the baby can join the stream and gets its XP. But no, Jacob and Paul, you guys both win anyway.
Congratulations.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. This is always fun. We're trying to make this sort of a series going back to back. So my hope is to do this next week as well. So that we can all sort of continue seeing this world. It's kind of like the Strange campaign part 2. I mean, it is that world, and it is an ongoing meta that we are building. So I hope you enjoy. I think that is it from us, though. So until next week, take care. Auf Wiedersehen. And as my good pal Joe always likes to say,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my bedtime.
it's her bedtime. Good night.
Good night.